Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing about Sweet Home Alabama, yeah.
That was All Summer Long by Kid Rock. Do you know there's nothing more American than enjoying racing on a Sunday afternoon? The only thing that makes it better is a nice cold brew from the Black Flag Podcast Tavern, conveniently located on the top of Turn 4. And honestly, our friend Alan Jackson already has the best excuse possible. It's 5 o'clock summers right here on Hudson Speedway Radio.
The sun is hot and that old clock is moving slow, and so am I. Workday passes like molasses in wintertime, but it's July. I'm getting paid by the hour and older by the minute. My boss just pushed me over the limit. I'd like to call him something, I think I'll just call it a day. Pour me something tall and strong, make it a hurricane before I go insane. It's only 12:30, but I don't care. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, race fans of all ages. It is officially post time here today at the original family fun track, the Hudson International Speedway. And what a great card of racing action we have on tap for you. The 25th annual Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial is in town. The Northeast Auto Import late models in the paddock here today. We also have the Hennessy Memorial for the MLM Diagnostic Services Pure Stocks, Nelcar Legends in town, the Black Flag Podcast Ridge Runners, and the Hudson Heroes Youth Division. All in the paddock here. The drivers' meeting is done. Practice sessions have concluded, and we are ready for qualifying efforts here this afternoon. Welcome to the racetrack to all of you race fans. On behalf of your track owner, Ben Bazowski, your general manager, Steve Grand, your two flagmen down there, Joe Breggy and Matt Johnson. Give the crowd a wave, boys. My name, as always, is John Espernette, the voice of the Hudson International Speedway, back up here in the booth with my colleague, the Atom Bomb, I've named him. This is Nick Adams, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Family Fun Track. I'm excited to be here. We have a fantastic set of races on tap for every single one of you today. You know, we say it a lot in the business. You bought the whole seat. You're only going to need the edge. And by the time tonight's over, you might just be a standing room only crowd.
Absolutely. I mean, we have an absolute stacked field of Northeast Auto Import late models. Some great competition, some new drivers, some new cars, some old faces all in the paddock here today. I believe 22 to 25 Nelcar Legends here. And it's just going to be an exciting day, a very prestigious race for those of you that have been here at the Hudson International Speedway for quite some time. The annual Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial, the 25th running. 25 years ago, unfortunately, we lost Mike due to an accident, an off-racetrack accident while he was working on his car. We lost Mighty Mike, and we've been running this race ever since. Fun fact, Nick, the first race ever was in 1999 for the Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial. Oscar Leclerc won that race. He is here today, and he is going to be in competition.
I talk about longevity, being here for 25 years. 25 years ago, winning the first one, being here for the 25th one. I mean, that's just... It's longevity that's only seen in sports like racing. You don't see this type of stuff in baseball and hockey and football. This is the only sport where you can be 25 when you start and 75 when you retire.
Absolutely, and talking about longevity here at Hudson International Speedway, the Carroll and Rich Hennessy Memorial that we have on tap today. For those of you that know Hudson, you know the Hennessy name. We have Scott, Mark, and John. They are identical triplets. They've been here since they were young children. Their father, Rich, and their mother, Carol, both worked here as track officials. Rich was in the scoring tower for many years. When I first started here back in 2011, Rich was here for a lot of my formative years building my racing career, and that man taught me more than I could ever teach you, and I'll tell you what, more than I could ever say over this microphone. But it's very, very nice to be able to honor not only a great race car driver that we've lost, but some track officials, and it's just going to be a great day of racing. We race for them here this afternoon.
Yeah, I've heard some stories about him, but I've had the pleasure, the first day I came to the Hudson Speedway, you told me about one group of people, and it was the Hennessy's, and I've had the honor to get to know all three of them. I think they're all three incredible. They used to be identical triplets. Now that one of them has a really
their
long
features.
they're features of this track, and they all look a little bit different. You know each one of them by their facial hair and the way they talk, but these guys are fantastic human beings, and Hudson is blessed to be graced with their presence every week.
Absolutely. I mean, the office I go to is in Nashua. I'm from Derry, so I drive by here throughout the week, and you can stop in here on a Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning, and at least 2 out of the 3 Hennessy's will be on property. At least one of the 2 working. So, I mean, they are here. They cut the grass. They hang the signage. They put up the signage. All the infield walls and stuff that you see put up. I mean, they didn't do it themselves, but they always have their hands in it. And it's going to be fantastic to race for a family-known name here at the Hudson Family Fun Track. You can actually see one of the Hennessy's right now sitting atop the corner exit where the cars are going to be coming out on the raceway quite shortly. First on the day will be the Black Flag Podcast Ridge Runners. MLM Diagnostic Services Pure Stocks will qualify for the Hennessy Memorial Second, Nelcar Legends, and then qualifying efforts will go for the Northeast Auto Import Late Models. They will time trial this afternoon for the 25th running of the Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we have a whole bunch of goodies for all the youngsters in the crowd here this afternoon. Backpacks full of school supplies right in front of the Buzowski Broadcasting booth and a bake sale. We also have the Hudson Heroes Youth Division on tap here this afternoon, ages 8 through 14. Driving school's done here at the racetrack on Thursdays. They're going to have a little bit of an exhibition race this afternoon for 15 laps. If you like what you see, if you want to support that division, Hudson Heroes Youth Division program T-shirts are on sale right down here in front of the broadcasting tower.
I've been having a lot of conversations with a lot of people over the last couple of weeks, John, and the thing that continues to go through my mind is that we don't do this for us. Our current generation that loves racing and does this every week and gets to watch this, we are bearing the fruits of what everybody before us has created for us. And, that's what we're doing here, especially with the Hudson Heroes, is getting young kids the opportunity to get track time, get in a car, understand how it works, work on your own stuff, learn lifelong mechanical skills and the ability to drive a race car, and also a little bit of importance of sportsmanship also gets taught throughout that. And we're doing it for the next generation so that they can do it for the generation after that, and so on. And that's what's important.
Absolutely. We've talked about it in weeks past. The former youth division here, the old Thunder Light days, we've saw a lot of race car drivers come out of that division, whether they were racing modifieds now, whether they're late models, or even these cars hitting the speedway now. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for qualifying. The Black Flag Podcast Ridge Runners are going to hit the speedway. 8 laps for all qualifiers here today. On the pole, going to be the NRG Fuel, number 37Z. The driver hails out of Nottingham, New Hampshire. Welcome, Zach Frazier. Up top of him, second on the grid, it's Mach 5. That's Brandon Mercier.
In third is going to be the number 59 of Callie Osborne, and in fourth, the number 76, Heath DeButz.
Fifth on the grid, the JAR Racing Engines. NRG Fuel number 37Z, good for Squirt Gun Joey Frazier, also out of Nottingham, New Hampshire. Outside of him, the inaugural division winner here in the Black Flag Podcast Ridge Runners 1 year ago, the A1 Disposal Services Pine Street Eatery sponsored 51 out of Nashua, New Hampshire. Welcome, Mike Doobie Jr.
Rolling out in ninth position is going to be the number 29C of George Perot. And down in...
I don't see Perot.
Neither do I. So it looks like we're going to be looking at... the 59 is going to be starting in 10th. I'm not sure who that is, John.
That is actually, it's a red, white, and blue car. You can't quite see the font. That's the 54 machine, regular front runner over at the Star Speedway in their slingshot class. That is Scott Bernier. They call him Scotty Don't.
Scotty Don't?
Scotty Don't. I don't know why, but that's what we're going with. That's Scotty Don't in car number 54.
Are we going to say that tonight? Okay. And then the number 99 of Carl Gagnon is going to round out the field as we get 2 by 2 through turns 1 and 2, getting ready to begin this first heater event. This beautiful number 3 Camaro pulls off the track down the backstretch. They rack them and stack them. 8 cars on the Hudson International Speedway. Off into turns 3 and 4 through the Bumpy's Auto restart zone. They're going to get the green flag here. And away we go in heat race number 1.
Joe Breggy lets him loose off the flag stand, and Zach Frazier is going to lead him down into turn number 1. It was Ford versus Chevy, and the bow tie comes out top. Zach Frazier will lead him down into turn number 3. Callie Osborne hot to the second spot, and back in third, younger brother Squirt Gun, Joey Frazier, the 37J.
Joey Frazier rounds out in third. Back in fourth, you have the number 51 of Mike Doobie. He's clear, putting the pressure on the 37 of Joe Frazier. The battle is at the back of the pack between the 54 and the 99 as we enter turns 3.
Yeah, Mike Doobie in car number 51. He's looking hungry early in this one. Right in front of him, the battle starts to ensue for the second spot. Down to the inside goes Joey Frazier. Callie Osborne stuck to the outside to dry.
Callie Osborne is going to fall back quickly. The outside lane's not where you want to be here at the Hudson Speedway. It ruins your tires. It slows you down. Spinner in turns 3 and 4. The 5 is around.
Brandon Mercier, Mach 5, goes for the spin cycle. A little bit of contact over the nose of the 99 machine of Carl Gagnon.
And the yellow comes out. We're going to rack them and stack them and try this again, John.
3 laps complete. Little short green flag run there to kick off the day for the Black Flag Podcast Ridge Runners. I believe 10 cars showed up here today. That might be a division high for them this year in 2023. 8 cars able to start qualifying efforts here this afternoon. Maybe Perot in the 28 Connecticut just having some problems. Might be able to see him come feature time.
That's always the hope, right? You make this trip out here to Hudson, get out here, get ready, and go make some practice laps, get ready for heats, and you're unable to make it out there. It's always unfortunate, but we'll reset the field. We'll get them ready. There's nothing wrong on the racetrack, so it should be a quick yellow.
Looks like a little bit of lineup adjustments being made in 3 and 4. Joe Breggy, your chief starter on the flag stand, going to re-rack them, restack them, and show them the 1-to-go signal. The good wrench, number 3, third-gen Camaro. That is your track owner, Ben Bazowski. I don't think that was his car when it showed up, but it's his car now. He bought that car in the pit area here. Yeah, he did. They go, what year is it? He had no idea. So up front right now, ladies and gentlemen, the Brothers of Destruction gonna bring them to the start box. Older brother on the inside. Younger brother gonna lead him back to the stripe.
Down into 1 and 2. Zach Frazier on the outside. Joe Frazier on the inside. Side by side, it's going to be a drag race down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Still side by side.
Joey Frazier peeks the nose up top. He's gonna lead him back to the stripe. Halfway down. 4 down, 4 to go. Squirt Gun to the number 1 spot.
Joey Frazier puts about 2 car lengths on the younger brother, Zach Frazier. We look back in the pack, the 59 stuck on the outside. That's going to be Callie Osborne. She continues to fall back as we enter 3.
The Frazier boys 1, 2. Mike Doobie third. DeButz runs fourth, and at the line, Callie Osborne trying to creep up the right side of Carl Gagnon back for the final top 5 position.
Coming down the backstretch, single file throughout the field. The battle for second rages on. The 51 Mike Doobie looking at Zach Frazier. We come to cross popsicle sticks. That's 2 to go here in heat number 1.
2 laps remain. Squirt Gun, Joey Frazier opening up the gap down the back straightaway. Older brother Zach starting to feel some pressure behind him. Here comes the 51 machine. Nashua, New Hampshire's own Mike Doobie with the white flag out.
Mike Doobie going to do everything he can to get that car to the inside of the 37Z. He's going to look inside, outside, try to get a run down the backstretch. Joe Frazier on a Sunday drive, pardon the pun, through 3 and 4. He's going to exit turn 4, see the checkered flag, have a victory in the heat, and it's going to be a 1-2 for the Frazier brothers with Zach coming home second, Mike Doobie third, Heath DeButz in fourth, Carl Gagnon in 5th, Callie Osborne 6th, Scott Bernier 7th, and Brandon Mercier in 8th.
Not a bad showing there for the Frazier family racing team. 1-2 finish in the third teammate finished 4th in that qualifier. So there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause. Squirt Gun Joey Frazier nails down the qualifier for the Black Flag Podcast Ridge Runners.
Oh, these guys put on a show every time you see them. I love watching the Ridge Runners. It's just unbelievable, you know, the car control you see out of these guys. We saw it a couple weeks ago at the meeting sideways through 1 and 2, and you know, these guys, they just fight real hard for every spot they get on the racetrack.
Close nip-tuck racing with the Black Flag Podcast Ridge Runners. You'll see them back on the raceway later this afternoon for a 25-lap bout. Top 3 cars going to head to the infield for technical inspection, but right now we're going to set to qualify the Hennessy Memorial. MLM Diagnostic Services Pure Stocks on the Speedway. Leading them out, car number 21X, the Catco Recycling sponsored Honda. On the pole here for heat race number 1 is Mackenzie Belisle. Outside of her, the driver hails out of Springfield, Vermont. That's the Springfield Methodist Church. Dawn's Heating LLC. Paws Derby Shop sponsored Shaggin' Wagon for Doug Nelson.
In third, the number 4, very confident, believes he can win this race. That's going to be Colton Martin. And in fourth, the number 56 of Dominic Stafford.
Car number 07 here this afternoon. That is normally the car driven by Adam Bousquet at the Lee USA Speedway. Has been bought and they are driving it here today for the first time. That is car number 07, good for Center Barnstead, New Hampshire's Jason Hodgson.
Rounding out the field in sixth is going to be the 56 MA of Scotty Blanchard.
So it looks like that'll wrap up qualifier number 1 for the starting lineup. I believe we'll have 2 here this afternoon. Yes, we will. So we'll have at least 12 cars start the main event here this afternoon for the Hennessy Memorial 40-lap main event this afternoon. The mighty Mike Lewis Memorial for the Northeast Auto Import late models will run for 75 long laps here this afternoon.
So, John, while they get them side by side, get them ready off into 1 and 2, they stack them and rack them. Is Jason going to be the only Hodgson brother driving that machine?
He's going to be the only Hodgson here this afternoon. If you follow the New England Dwarf Car Series, there's 3 Hodgsons in that field, but only one that we got to keep track of here this afternoon. Right now, Mackenzie Belisle, the 21X, going to lead the field down to the Bumpy's Auto restart zone. We come to green. We come to life down the front straightaway.
Loud pedal to the floor for Mackenzie Borchers down into turn 1. It's side by side. Doug Nelson stuck on the outside. The Shaggin' Wagon from second on the original grid back to fourth as they go down the backstretch.
The Claremont Spartan. Colton Martin in car number 4 takes up the second spot. Jason Hodgson the third as they all chase Mackenzie Belisle down into turn number 1.
Single file through the 6 cars on the racetrack. Doug Nelson sideways. Got a little loose in turns 1 and 2. Great save. Keeps it straight. He's going to lose fourth. Now he's going to fall back to fifth behind Dominic Stafford.
Keep an eye on Hodgson in car number 07. He's got that car rolling good through the center of the corner. He's going to try the high side groove on the 4. Colton Martin now.
Hodgson showing absolute aggressive. His tactics are going to be aggressive to move up to the outside, try to drive through around on the outside. Lots of speed in the 07 as we come down the front stretch.
He's got a lot of speed coming into the corners. Can't quite keep the car underneath him from center out. It gets a little bit squirrely. He's got to catch all the momentum. Top 3 cars are starting to fall under a blanket with the cross stitch in the air. We're going to come to halfway home at the start-finish line. Hodgson to the outside.
Hodgson to the outside while Martin used the bumper on Borchers in 3 and 4. Off into 1 and 2. Martin has the 07 of Jason Hodgson to the outside down the backstretch.
He's taken the long way around the original Family Fun track, and we're side by side for the runner-up position here down the front straightaway. Colton Martin stuck on the inside of Jason Hodgson.
Side by side, they continue to battle wheel to wheel, lug nut to lug nut, door handle to door handle down the backstretch at Hudson.
Martin able to pull him down the back straightaway. Hodgson's got all the corner speed he wants with 2 laps to go. Mackenzie Belisle's going to lead him back to the stripe again.
Down into 1 and 2. Belisle has Martin and Hodgson right behind her. Side by side down the backstretch. Will Martin be able to hold off Hodgson into 3 and 4?
He's creeping up the outside. He's got him a little bit every lap. He might have the second spot at the line. It's real close, but Hodgson's got it on the outside.
Hodgson did get second that time. White flag in the air the last time through 1 and 2. It's a drag race between Hodgson and Martin down the backstretch, side by side into 3.
NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series checkered flag is out. Belisle's going to nail it down. Hodgson at the line for second in car number 07. Colton Martin in car number 4 will have to settle for the third spot. Dominic Stafford, Doug Nelson, and Scotty Blanchard round out qualifier number 1 for the MLM Diagnostic Services Pure Stocks.
That's the first time Jason Hodgson's driven that car?
Yes. I mean, he had his practice sessions, but that is his first time in that car. I thought they had the Honda they brought out earlier this year, and they said Acura. I didn't even think to walk over. I saw the 07 here. They bought it. They didn't re-letter it. They didn't repaint it. They didn't do anything to that car. So I thought Adam was in the house, and the Hodgson crew had brought a different car. But lo and behold, new race car for them, and it's quite fast right out of the box.
I mean, the speed that he showed was unbelievable.
Kevin Brown, downtown Kevin Brown, will laugh at me later for saying he's fast out of the box. Apparently, I say that quite a bit. Apparently.
I mean, I say lug nut to lug nut and wheel to wheel a lot. So
it's a niche.
It is.
Qualifier number 2 on the Speedway, ladies and gentlemen, on the pole. The O'Day's Garage number 38 machine. They call this guy the Ogre. It's Jim Rhodes. To his outside, the SGM Trucking number 1 New Hampshire out of Charleston. That's Carlos Grenier.
In third, the number 16 of Chris Davis. And in fourth, the number 03 of Caden Fazette.
Lele Daniels in the 40 rounds out the field as they come to green. 8 laps, the qualifying distance for heat race number 2.
Jim Rhodes got an awful start. This 1 New Hampshire of Carlos Grenier is going to clear him down the backstretch. The 03 of Caden Fazette going to give the bumper to the 1.
That's not just the 03. That is your defending pure stock champion out of Drake at Mass. Was a rookie last year, won the championship in his first year of competition. He's looking for the race lead down into turn 3.
Speed has got to be his middle name. He's going to make that move work. He slides up on the exit of 4. He's going to lead by the end of lap 2.
Right where we left him. The defending division champion leads him down the back straight, looking to click in lap 3 and run away from the rest of them. Carlos Grenier runs second. The battle's going to heat up for third. Here comes Chris Davis, who's got a pair of wins here at Hudson in 2023.
Yeah, Chris Davis had speed last week in the double feature, was able to finish first and second throughout the evening. Looks like he has speed again. Down the backstretch, he's going to try to make a move on Jim Rhodes into 3.
4 laps down. 4 laps remain for the youngster in car number 03. Caden Vassette's going to lead him down into 1. Just past the halfway mark. We're pretty well spread out around the raceway.
Yeah, the only battle we have on track is between Jim Rhodes and Chris Davis. I apologize for that as we go off into 3. A little bit of contact from Davis.
Yeah, the jack of all blades, number 16 machine, going to try to work the outside of Jim Rhodes down into turn number 1. They go side by side with a crossover move from the 16 of Davis. He'll work the inside down the back straightaway.
Davis puts the loud pedal to the floor. He's going to slide to the inside into 3. They're going to make a little bit of contact. A little bit of rubbing is racing on the exit down the front stretch. 2 to go.
2 laps to go. The jack of all blades, Keen Honda, number 16 machine, finds himself up into the top 3. Now we're pretty well spread out coming to the white flag. Quarter-mile trip to go for Caden Fassett.
The defending series champion is on I'm not going to say Sunday drive again because I said that once. He's on a whole nother level right now. Half the straightaway ahead of the second place car to Carlos Grenier through 3 and 4. Caden Fassette's going to see the checkered flag on this heat. He's going to win. Carlos Grenier's going to come home second. In third, it's going to be Chris Davis. Fourth, Jim Rhodes. And fifth, now crossing the line, Lele Daniels.
Not a bad run, right where we left him. The youngster in car number 03 nails down qualifier number 2. Caden Fassette, as I was talking about him, rookie of the year last year, his first year ever of race car competition, picked up the championship, came into the final race last season tied for the championship with none other than Doug Nelson in the Saturn wagon, and they finished 1-2. So he won it by 2 points.
It's funny you mentioned that. I spoke with Doug Nelson about that race earlier today, and Doug said about lap 23 it started sprinkling.
It was raining, and his enduro experience kicked in real good. He was flying in the rain, but Caden Fassette had himself a nice lead, and he was able to hold on to it. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, no car legends are on the Speedway. No roster brought up to the announcing tower, so we're going to do the best we can. On the pole, car number 09 is good for Joshua Parsons, and on his outside, car number 91. They call this kid the Mayor. Winner earlier this season at the USA Speedway. Welcome, Ethan Avalar. Brandon LaBelle drives car number 4. Tyler Clark, car number 33. Richie Helger Jr. drives car number 99. The 85 machine is Jake Brink Kelly. Shane Cromit drives car number 15. Eric Williams in the 6. One of the Ledoux brothers drives car number 0, and Kyle Rogers in car number 32. We're doing the best we can. I think I got a lot of them for not having a list. I think I did all right.
One of the Ledoux brothers drive. What car number?
The 0.
The 0.
There's
One
two.
of the Ledoux brothers is starting in 11th.
I want to say it's Owen Ledoux. There's 2 brothers, both of them out of the youth division class last year at the Oxford Plains Speedway. They're both going to be racing here this afternoon. Here we come. I know Josh Parsons and Ethan Avalar on the front row, going to bring them back to the bumpies on a restart zone. Matt Johnson looks them over, drops the green flag. Here we go, down into turn number 1.
Off into turn 1, side by side throughout the field. The 81 on the outside of the 09, down the backstretch. The 09 is going to clear the 91, move himself into the lead, and it's going to be double file from third on back.
Joshua Parsons in car number 09 leads them back down into turn number 1. Ethan Avalar second. The battle's on for third with Brandon LaBelle on the outside of Ali Alexander. Alexander in car number 17 will prevail. LaBelle's not going down without a fight on the outside groove.
LaBelle and Alexander side by side down the front stretch off into turn 1. It's going to continue to be side by side. They're wheel to wheel through the back down the back stretch.
Don't look now, but here comes the 33 machine of Ty Leclerc, a front runner in the NASCAR Legends point standings. He's going to ride to the inside of Brandon LaBelle. They both jockey back for spot number 4, chasing the 17 of Ali Alexander. Jake Brake Kelly, Richie Helger Jr. right there in line.
Single file right now, but you could throw a blanket over those 5 race cars, and you would be able to cover them all. They come down the front stretch. There's a battle beginning for, I believe that's 8th position.
Richie Helger Jr., car number 99, wants the inside of Jake Brake Kelly. The JKB Racing sponsored 85. He'll make the bold move to the inside. Trying to make it stick. They'll drag race down the front straightaway back for the 8th spot. Right in front of him, Brandon LaBelle sneaks down to the inside of Ty Leclerc for 4th.
LaBelle and Leclerc side by side down the backstretch into 3 and 4. LaBelle gonna keep him side by side. They come down the front stretch, cross popsicle sticks in the air. 2 to go at the Hudson Speedway.
Brandon LaBelle tries the inside of Ty Leclerc again. They drag race down the back straightaway for the 4th spot. LaBelle on the inside, Leclerc on the outside. They come to the white flag. They touch off at turn 4.
Leclerc with a big save, a big moment out of turn 4. He kept it straight down the backstretch. He's going to give the bumper to LaBelle and try a move into 3 and 4.
Up front, checkered flag is waving. Josh Parsons in car number 09 nails it down. The mayor, Ethan Avalar in car number 91 second. Ali Alexander, Brandon LaBelle, Ty Leclerc in car number 33 rounds out the top 5. NASCAR Legends qualifier number 1 goes to this kid. How about a round of applause for Josh Parsons, drives car number 09 to the checkered flag.
I'm never going to question you again because you did all that without a timing sheet.
Yeah, I've been here a minute. This is not. I need a hat that says this is my first rodeo.
Yeah, this is what experience brings you, folks. It brings you the ability to look out there without a timing sheet and go, I know who's driving that car. I can do it with a couple other series, but I haven't seen the NASCAR Legends enough to be able to do that yet. It'll come with time.
You want to see me do it again?
No, but you're going to.
We're going to have to right now, ladies and gentlemen. NASCAR Legend, he race number 2, gonna be on the speedway for 8 laps. Zach Martinez drives car number 14Z off the pole with Kyle Cassidy to his outside in car number 34. Row number 2 on the inside, car number 29. The driver is Cole Roby. He'll share the row with Kevin Davis in car number 10. Davis out of Somers, Connecticut.
I said I didn't want to see this again.
Sorry. Car number D3, that's Dave Stone III. The 47 machine is Adam Hollywood Harrison. The orange 57 machine is Mike Della Vecchia. And there's the one, that's the other Ledoux brother.
Do you know which Ledoux brother that one is?
I know Owen's in one, and I forgot the other one's name. I can't be perfect every time. But that's a Ledoux boy. One of the Ledoux boys in car number 1. He'll start out back. Zach Martinez and Kyle Cassidy on the front row, ready to bring him to green. Down to the Bumpies Auto restart zone. Coming to the box, Joe Preggy looks him over. No!
One car on his roof, a big crash on the exit of 4. The 14 spun his tires as the green flag came out. He went over and over twice. One car behind him went up onto the back of his race car. We have the safety workers over with the driver of the number 14, and I cannot see the second car's number.
I believe that's the 34 machine, the driver he shared the front row with of Kyle Cassidy. And driver Zach Martinez is out of the car.
Give him a round of applause, fans. That was a rough wreck. That was unfortunate. Obviously, you see the anger from the number 14 as he looks towards the other driver down there. But again, folks, I mean, if you could see the replay, through 3 and 4, the 14 just kind of didn't get going. He spun the tires a little bit. The 29 rode up under him, and when it turned him sideways, there was a third car behind him that actually pushed the 29 up onto the 14, turning him sideways and flipping him over onto his roof.
The 29 machine was the other driver. That's Cole Roby.
Yeah, I mean, from my angle here, John, you didn't see it.
Well, that's the thing I was just about to mention is that if this is your first time at a racetrack, that is just how fast things develop. I looked at them coming to the box. My eyes shifted to your flagman, Joe Breggy, and by the time I looked back, he was already on his roof.
Yeah, so from where I'm standing, what you guys can't see down there, fans, will give you a little insight, is John Espernette stands to the left. He has a better vision of turns 1 and 2. I stand in the middle towards the right. I have a better viewpoint on 3 and 4. I was able to see, as you know, the green flag came out. We saw the number 1? 14?
That's the 14, Zach Martinez.
Sorry, it's in 1 over here. The number 14 spun the tires a little bit, got a little bit sideways, and the rest is history. He went over. Thankfully, the driver is okay. Legends cars are historically tough as well, so there might be some body damage, but hopefully they can get working on that quickly and maybe get it out for the feature.
I always say one of the coolest parts about these Legends cars, and it's never good to see them wreck, but when they have to pick them up, the way they claw these cars from the top and just pick them up like an arcade machine almost.
It's like an F1 car. They just get them and right up off the ground. It stops any more damage from happening to the suspension and any of the other pieces on the race car.
Well, the good news is, and as we all saw, Zach Martinez, the driver, is okay. As we know, there's 2 things that we come here for, safety and fun. So obviously not having too much fun, but he's safe, he's okay, and he'll be able to have fun, hopefully come feature time later on when these NELCAR Legends put on a 25-lap main event. Zach Martinez, I believe, is a feature winner here at the Hudson International Speedway, a very fast competitor in car number 14Z. Leading them from the green, didn't even make it to the flag.
Yeah.
And they're going to have a lot of work to do on that 14Z.
What's good is it doesn't look, and I can't see perfectly from here, we'll see as they drive past going into pit lane, but it doesn't look like there was a ton of damage to it. Yeah, it flipped over, but a couple of crumpled body panels, maybe a fender missing. Nothing serious and substantial was really hurt on the race car.
Well, hopefully no chassis. I mean,
That's
maybe a couple of scrapes on the roof. But hopefully, like I said, the 14Z, that whole team will get down in the pit area, fix that car, get it back out here come feature time, and still a lot of these Legends cars. I mean, you think this is good action. This is the qualifiers, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to put them all out there at once and send them green for 25 laps later on this afternoon. Want to know why? Because we can, and that's going to be the best show for all of you here in the house, and that's exactly what we want to do every Sunday afternoon here at the original Family Fun Track. Big action here today, not only with the Legends, once again, the Hennessy Memorial, the Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial, $5,000 in bonus money for the Mighty Mike Lewis here today. They sold all the laps and more. Want to give a big shout out to some sponsors that came on after this event was rained out. They had already had everything sold. Well, they decided to sell more. Big shout out to Eat Keys for Cars, Prospector Joe, Rosalind's Homemade Ice Cream, Poles Automotive, Tasmanian Property Maintenance LLC, and Harris Spray Foam Insulation. An extra $50 lap final finishers from D&L Auto, All-Star Towing, and Bobby Allen Motorsports, Tanya Allen, and Mike Robinson. Extra $50 bonus lap final finishers. So a lot of money. We'll go through all the different bonuses here and some of the more special stuff. Right now, qualifier number 2 for the NELCAR Legends going to be led by Kyle Cassie and Kevin Davis down to the start-finish line. Official start coming to the box. Green flag is out, and we have green down into turn number 1.
Yeah, there was some more bumping coming to this restart here. They were able to get through cleanly. Oh, we got one car way up the track on the exit of 4 and a dive to the inside down into 3.
If that 25 takes the lead, I don't have his name. That's the only one. He's going to battle hard up there to the second spot. He's in the runner-up spot now with Kevin Davis behind him, Kyle Cassie in front of him, and here comes D3, Dave Stone III.
Through 3 and 4, it's going to be side by side down the front stretch, off into 1 and 2. Single file again through the top 4, but once again, throw a blanket over the entire field. The top 4 together, the next 5 together. This is going to get real interesting real fast.
Not quite able to catch Kyle Cassie, but Somers, Connecticut driver Kevin Davis is hungry for the second spot. He's got the 25 right in his windshield coming out of turn 2. He's got the speed, he's got the muscle, he's down to the inside. Side by side action for the second spot, and Kevin Davis comes out with it.
Davis going to have to battle again. He's going to have to block down into 1 and 2. The 25 to the inside of Davis, side by side through 1 and 2. It's a drag race down the backstretch.
25, if I get it wrong, it's wrong, but I believe it's Isaiah Anderson. Anderson going to have the second spot down at the stripe.
Anderson going high, then low, blocking off the number 23. Down the backstretch, it's going to be another battle. Here he comes to the inside, the 10.
Davis on the inside of Dave Stone the third. Stone the third on the outside, the D3 rim ride in the original Family Fun track. They drag race down the back straightaway, but it's Kevin Davis with the third spot. They come to the white flag. Kyle Cassie in car number 34 with 1 trip to go.
Kyle Cassie has a half of a corner, probably about a second and a half over the second place car down the backstretch. Cassie into 3 and 4.
Coming up on one lap car, plenty of racing room to the top. The NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series checkered flag is out, and Kyle Cassie nails it down. Isaiah Anderson will take the second spot. Third to Summers, Connecticut driver Kevin Davis. Dave Stone the third will take the fourth spot. And rallying from the back after the caution on lap 1, Cole Ruby in car 29 grabs the fifth spot. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Kyle Cassie wins heat race number 2 for the Nell Car Legends.
We're going to work on getting John a list here of all the names before the feature.
It's in my head. It's like a stored file. We are getting ready. We are getting amped up. Ladies and gentlemen, the 25th running of the Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial. This is the best support division across the 50 states of America. The Northeast Auto Import Late Models is going to come out next and time trial style qualify for this afternoon's 75-lap Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial. Two practice sessions here earlier this afternoon for all divisions. The second practice session, they took all the times for the Northeast Auto Import Late Models, and they inverted it, so the fastest guy in the second practice will qualify last here this afternoon. As we await cars to hit the speedway, they will come out right to the green flag down the front straightaway, and best of 2 qualifying times will set their spot for later ons, or this afternoon's, I should have said, Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial. 25th running, and who better to come out first, ladies and gentlemen? This guy won the first ever Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial back in 1999. The M&W Auto Repair number 45 machine. The driver hails out of Danbury, New Hampshire. Welcome the Grouch, Oscar LeClaire. LeClaire going to come around to the white flag. First time of qualifying in the books. 15.638 for the Grouch. Wrecked his backup ride earlier this season here at the Hudson High Banks. This is the better of his 2 cars he brought out here for the prestigious ride. Checkered flag is out. The second time is set. 15.547 is the bar to beat set by the 45 machine of Oscar LeClaire. Making his way out on the speedway next, this driver hails out of Lowell, Massachusetts. The Precise Industries, Gagnon Industries, Snowworks-sponsored Chevrolet, the defending Northeast Auto Import Late Model champion. This is Chargin' Chuck Daney on the clock. Daney, a long-time competitor here at the original Family Fun track, coming around to click in his first of 2 times. No time coming across the boards. $15.177 gets clicked in that time. That's good for the number 1 spot for the defending champion, Chargin' Chuck Daney. Another 33 going to roll on the speedway. I think we have only 4 here this afternoon, so that's the lowest count of the season. Everyone loves his 33. The traditional mortgage-sponsored Chevrolet. I believe this is the 33D for Dan Palin. This car sat in Hudson International Speedway victory lane earlier this season with a different driver behind the wheel. Normal competitor Dan Palin back in the cockpit, gonna come around to click in lap number 1. Top of the boards instantly, 15.084. 15.084 for the 33D of Dan Palin. Checkers are out. Can he better around? 13.084 is his quick time. He was a 15.197 was his second trip around. Dan Palin will sit atop the leader charts. Coming out on the raceway next, junior competitor car number 8 out of Nashua, New Hampshire. Coming on the clock now is Jay Sousa. Where can Sousa put the 8 on the boards? 15.661. That's good for the number 3 spot thus far. Can he better the second trip around? 15.522. Third the better time around. So Jay Sousa puts himself up in the top 3. 2015 Hudson International Speedway Rookie Stock Champion. The driver hails out of Salem, New Hampshire. The JaysAquatics.com sponsored ride for racing Jason Ryan. Jay Ryan gonna come around and put in lap number 1 for the 82 machine. 15.598. That's good for 5th on the boards thus far. Where will he end up? Can he better the second trip around? 15.572. 5th quick on the boards for the Salem, New Hampshire native Jason Ryan in car number 82. Next on the speedway, car number 13, labeled up as the 213. This driver hails out of Newton, New Hampshire. It's Steve Dubois. Dubois on the clock. Gonna click in lap number 1 for the 13 machine, this time by. White flag is out. 15.610. That's 5th fast thus far. And 15.528. Good for 4th on the boards for the 13 machine of Steve Dubois. Late models making their way to infield inspection to get weighed after their qualifying effort. Now on the speedway, the JAE Auto Body, sponsored number 33 Vermont. This is Matt Sonhalter, the Sea Clear Auto Glass sponsored Chevrolet. White flag is in the air. One more trip around. 15.179. Sonhalter in the second spot. He's going to come around to the checkered flag, sniffing down for the number 1 spot. And slower the second trip around with a 15.230. But Matt Sonhalter puts the 33 Vermont up in the second spot. Time to beat right now of 15.177. So Matt Sonhalter was off by 2/1000ths of a second. Now on the raceway, ladies and gentlemen, the LL Fabrication Morin Engine Services, sponsor number 30, a former youth division champion out of Nashua, New Hampshire. Welcome, Andrew Morin. Morin gonna come around and click in lap 1. 14.964. Andrew Morin finds himself atop the leaderboards. We're into the 14-second bracket now. Checkered flag is out for the 30. 15.011, so he'll settle the first time around. 14.964, and Andrew Morin nails down the top of the leaderboards. Scooby's in town, ladies and gentlemen. The mystery machine on the speedway now. This is car number 73. The driver hails out of Orange, Massachusetts. It's the superstar Cole Littlewood. Littlewood, the defending late model sportsman champion here at the Hudson High Banks. Now in his late model, gonna come around and click in lap 1. 15.738 the first time around for Cole Littlewood, 9th on the leaderboards. Still got the roof rack on this here wagon. Checkered flag is out. 15.838, so that'll be 9th quick on the boards for the 73 machine. The Mystery Incorporated sponsored ride of Cole Littlewood. Coming out on the speedway now, driver hails out of Kingston, New Hampshire, in car number 07, a former rookie stock champion, or strictly stock champion at the Star Speedway. Welcome, Mr. Consistency, Mike Williams. Williams on the clock for 2 set time laps. Gonna set the first one right here, right now at the start-finish line. Kevin Brown, 15.358. That'll be good for 7th quick on the boards. The original Wheelman.com Chevrolet. Now on the speedway, ladies and gentlemen, leader in the battle for the belt point standings. Won 3 out of the 4 events in 2023. This is the Renfrew Motorsports R&R Race Parts New Hampshire, sponsored number 08 for Milton Duran. Duran going to come around and click in lap number 1 for car number 08. 15.245. That'll put him 7th quick on the boards. Final set time for the Battle of the Belt points leader. Coming around. Final set time. 15-1-1-2. Bumps him up to the number 4 spot in car number 08. They're all still chasing that 14-9-6-4 put on by the number 30 machine of Andrew Morin. On the speedway now, ladies and gentlemen, another former Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial champion in car number 57. The Morton's Builders Baldwin Chassis sponsored ride for the Cabana Boys out of Billerica, Massachusetts. Welcome, Justin Beecher. Welcome back, Nick.
Yeah, thanks.
White flag is out. The 57 of Beecher goes 15-0-0-2. Real close. Can he better the second lap around? Not many drivers able to better the second trip. Here comes the 57 for the final time. Top of the boards. 14-8-8-4 for the Cabana Boy, Justin Beecher.
I'm a Cabana Boy's good luck charm. I come up here, I step back in the booth, he goes up there and he lights the world on fire.
Couple more cars, but that's a valiant qualifying effort for the 57 machine. Now on the speedway, car number 55, the Marsh Brothers, Market and Deli. Streeter Construction sponsored Chevrolet out of Canaan, New Hampshire. Welcome, Robbie Streeter.
Robbie Streeter through 1 and 2. He's going to get slideways on the exit. He's going to straighten it back up. Throw this lap away, folks. Lap number 1 is a second warm-up lap. Out of 3 and 4, loud pedal to the floor, white flag in the air, into 1 and 2 for the final time.
15-8-2-4, the first trip round for Robbie Streeter. A lot better through 1 and 2 that time. Coming around for the final time in qualifying efforts for car number 55. 15-5-0-8, and that will put the 55 up in the top 10 in the qualifying leaderboards.
Yeah, that'll put him in 10th. Directly in 10th. You know, the mistake out of turn 2 might have heated those backs up a little bit more than he wanted to on his 2 qualifying laps. Cost him a little bit of speed.
Now here's a kid that could do it. He's out of Manchester, New Hampshire. He's another former Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial champion, as is his father. Driving car number 33 Junior, this is Billy Clement Jr.
Billy Clement Jr. down the backstretch through 3 and 4. He comes out of 4, loud pedal to the floor, crosses the start-finish line, and 15-103. That'll put him provisionally in 5th. He fires back down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4, up higher than he wants to be. Fires down the front stretch of 15-253. Provisionally in 5th now.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Car number 57 is your fast time qualifier. It's Justin Beecher out of Billerica, Massachusetts, as he goes over the technical inspection scales down in the infield. Second quick went to the 30 of Andrew Morin. Mike Williams in car number 07 third. Dan Palin in car number 33X, and Billy Clement Jr. in car number 33 Jr. rounds out the top 5.
I wasn't up here for the whole qualifying session, but I did get to watch a lot of it from the pit area and turns 1 and 2. And I'll tell you what, these guys are on the ragged edge. The track is hot. It's a hot day. Sun's been pushing on it. It's very sticky. These guys are able to get everything that they want out of these cars. I'm so excited to get these guys here later tonight in the darkness with the lights on. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I mean, running through the top 10, you're really within 0.4 of a second off from 1st to 10th, so that's going to be a real close field come feature time later. In 75 laps, a 4-tire race. Come the end of it, Nick, they're going to be looking for all the traction they can get.
That they will be. And fans, all of you that are standing and sitting here at the Hudson International Speedway, turn your attention to turns 3 and 4. Look above the trees. That sun that is currently blinding you is going to be doing the exact same thing for probably the next hour to hour and a half at high it is in the sky currently to our competitors on the racetrack. So as they come down the backstretch, they know exactly what's happening. As they enter turns 3 and 4 and crest into that corner, they're blind, completely and utterly blind until they come out of 4 down the front stretch where they can see again.
It's going to be a battle of attrition. It's going to be a real battle of patience come later on. The 25th annual Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial. Plenty of great drivers, a lot of competitors that can win this race. A lot of drivers that have been trying for years have been unable to win this race and come so close. We're going to have a winner for you this afternoon after 75 long laps. 16 of the best Northeast Auto Import late models going to do battle around the original Family Fun track. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, as that does wrap up qualifying efforts for all divisions today, here's how your feature lineups will roll down. First of the day will be your Hudson Heroes Youth Division for 15 laps. And then we'll roll down in the same lineup as qualifying orders. The Black Flag Podcast Ridge Runners will roll out for 25. The MLM Diagnostic Services Pure Stocks will roll out for 40 with the Hennessy Memorial. The Nelcar Legends, second to last of the day with a 25-lap bout. And to end this afternoon, no better way to end it than the prestigious 25th annual Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial. It is also a belt race for the NHSTRA. For the Northeast Auto Import late models, this is still plenty of racing action on tap here this afternoon, and we are amped.
Yeah, we are. We're super excited. First on the track in our features is going to be the Hudson Heroes, as you said. And we're excited to see them get out there and put on a show. So fans, just so you're aware, these are kids that are learning how to race. Like John said earlier, if you weren't here, there's Thursdays. For a couple hours, they have a practice. They have a little bit of a training session on how to do this and drive a race car and do it safely. So these cars are actually limited to 50 miles an hour. So they're going to come out here, they're going to do a couple of hot laps for you guys, just check their speeds, make sure everything's working right. We go green. If they go over 50 miles an hour, you will see a caution, because we want to keep the kids safe. We don't want anybody going out there and hurting themselves or completely destroying their want to be inside of a race car. Because at such a young age, you get into a wreck, and it's a 60 or 70 or 80 mile an hour crash. That could not only hurt you more than it could an older individual, but it could also, destroy your want to do this and get involved in racing.
Simply scare you out of it.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
And you can see as they're going to make their way around, they're going to get speed checked here all alone before we stack them up for 15 laps the distance. This is the Hudson Heroes Youth Division, ladies and gentlemen. 8 to 14 years of age behind the wheels of these race cars. You can see also, Nick, we got down in turns 1 and 2, you got the Hudson International Speedway pace truck. Turns 3 and 4, you have the Lee USA Speedway pace car. And right there in front of you in the center of the X, you can see the brand new wrapped Claremont Motorsports Park pace car. I see Steve Dickey walking around the top. I mean, I know he took it for a cruise and knocked off the front bumper a little bit, but that's fine. The car looks absolutely phenomenal, so we thank Synergy Signworks, Steve Dickey, and Dave Thomas for all the great work they do. Most of the banners here, all the signage you see, just if you need a banner, if you need a sign of any sorts, or even cornhole boards, go check out Candia Road Cornhole Boards at Synergy Signworks. Steve Dickey and them do a great job.
That thing looks beautiful. I mean, I'm standing probably 200 feet, 300 feet away from it, but I can tell you from here that the craftsmanship on that is amazing. I got to look at it earlier today, and I loved every single second of what I saw on that machine. It's a beautiful car. It's also going to be pacing around a beautiful track.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you've never been to the Claremont Motorsports Park, it's a little bit of a drive, but if you want to just check it out, don't forget all of our races from Monadnock Speedway, Hudson International Speedway, Lee USA Speedway, and Claremont Motorsports Park. You can watch all those races from the comfort of your own home if you're unable to drive a couple-hour travel across the state to get there. For the price of an admission ticket, you can watch from your home at nhstravision.com. That is nastravision.com. Mark Beaudry and his entire crew does a great job. They bring 50-plus races to you. You can buy it at a yearly subscription rate, or if you just want to try it out, or maybe you're going to miss a certain event, you can buy them for, I believe it's $15 pay-per-view.
Yeah, I made the mistake of buying events that I don't broadcast because I don't listen to myself. But just get the yearly plan. It's a much better value. And you get to hear me and John on Sundays and when Hudson's running. And you get to hear me and a broadcast partner of John's choice at Lee on Saturday.
That's right. Yeah, I'll figure that one out.
That's how we do things around here. Just fly by the seat of your pants. It's racing. Fly by the seat of your pants.
That's right. Well, I mean, throughout the region, I mean, just announcers alone, I mean, Charlie Sanborn, Randy Wheelock, Dave Sutherland, Kevin Bazan, all these guys are you see them at all of the different racetracks helping out. That's really what it's all about. And as you can see, he's talking about helping out as we were talking about these Hudson Heroes Youth Division class race cars on Thursday afternoons here at Hudson Speedway from about 5:30 until about 7:30 at night. If you guys have a kid that wants to get in a race car, come on down Thursday afternoons around 5:30. Come right in the pits. We had about 5 to 10 kids this past Thursday. We went up to the Hudson Old Homes Day, which is a town event, and a lot of kids got interested. We get them out here. We'll give them a ride around, put them in safety equipment, and get them a ride around in the chase car we have with a passenger seat. And just check it out. You know, they give them classes all summer long, and then once they get their classes up and running and they're all set to go, they're going to come out here, and exactly what we're going to see today, they're going to put on an exhibition race for 15 laps.
It's exciting, you know. It's nice to allow these kids to get a little bit of experience behind the wheel of a race car, and also, you know, show you guys a little bit about what they're learning. And they're going to learn how to overtake. They're going to learn how to draft, proper braking procedures, proper starting, caution procedures. All of that goes into making a, you know, great long-term race car driver. All that learning and time behind the wheel is key to their development.
And you can see the Dennis O'Brien down there making his way to the flag stand. Mike Marshall on the other side of the infield wall. These are key factors here at the Hudson Speedway for the Hudson Heroes Youth Division. 15 laps of distance. We're going to start racking them up, and here's how the starting lineup will roll down. Starting on the pole, car number 1 is good for the Hurricane, Haley Krestick. Second on the grid, good for the 23 machine. Out of Hudson, New Hampshire is Emily McInnes. Sophie Marshall in car number 3, SCM. Will start third on the grid. As you can see, double file starts now here. Single file starts have been the regular from all races previous. So as they learn, they let them do a little more and a little more, getting ready for racing careers as we will see them grow here at the Hudson Speedway. Quentin Perkins drives car number 12. He's the only boy on the field. He'll start deep out back in spot number 4, 15 laps the distance. Ladies and gentlemen, the Youth Division, Hudson Heroes go green.
Well, down the front stretch into 1 and 2, they're side by side throughout the field. Now the second place car, the number 3, gets past the 12. He slides up to the back in 4th. Single file throughout the field off into 3 and 4. The battle for second might be heating up here.
Haley Krestick gonna lead him around the first time. The Hurricane leads him down into turn number 1. Emily McInnes runs second, and here comes Sophie Charbonnier Marshall in car number 3.
Can I just call her Sophie?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Sophie in third. In second is Casey. Casey is doing a great job sliding up a little bit as we come down the front stretch. 3 laps down, about 12 laps to go.
No heat races here this afternoon. 2 practice sessions for the Youth Division. Hurricane Haley Krestick is starting to pull away from the field. Second right now, Emily McInnes. Yellow flag is out.
You think Haley might have been going over 50 miles an hour?
Could have been. I mean, when they set them all at the same speed, usually they'll stay pretty close together. So the one machine might have just had a couple mile an hour extra. They are checking them with a radar gun to see how fast these kids are going.
You're not missing anything because they shut them into the
Yep, they pulled the one down into the little pit area here in the figure 8 part of the racetrack. Get this fixed up, slowed down to 50 miles an hour. We'll get them back out in the racetrack and get them racked and stacked and try to do this all again.
It looks like they pulled the one machine down into the pit area. The rest of the kids will stay on the speedway in formation. As you can see, Dennis O'Brien and Mike Marshall down there with radios. They do have one-way communication to all of the kids inside of the race cars. And as I was saying, 2 strongholds there, Mike Marshall, Dennis O'Brien. You can also find Nick and Beck Pranavu from Bumpy's Auto Service here every Thursday night with the kids. Steve Grand, Ben Bazowski, it's a very big team effort to teach them really everything. I mean, Ben Bazowski, your track owner, will go out there in a car and just kind of chase them around. If one kid's falling off the pace, he'll get right up with them and start racing with them and get the speed going. And it's really cool. They'll hop inside the passenger side of the car with the kids as they're going around full speed and teaching them, no, go a little lower here and hit the brake here. And it's really something cool to see. Like I said, 5:30 to about 7:30 on Thursday afternoons. Come on down, hang out with the crew, and have some fun with us with the Hudson Heroes Youth Division.
Can I come down and get in one of these cars?
We'll bring you for a ride along,
perfect.
Nick, if
Yeah,
that would make you happy.
That's what I want. Go for a 50 mile an hour ride along. Teach these kids a little bit. Come on, it's what it's all about.
We're going to re-rack them, restack them, and let them back loose. Hurricane, Haley Krestick, and Emily McInnes on the front row. Sophie and Quentin in the second row. We're going to send them green this time by only 2 laps in with 13 laps to go. Coming to the Bumby's Auto Service restart zone. Joe Breggy looks him over. The green flag is out.
And they put the pedal to the floor down the front stretch into 1 and 2. Side by side for second. It looks like Sophie is going to put that. I'm sorry, that is not Sophie. Sophie's in the 3.
That's Quentin Perkins. Quentin Perkins, the only boy on the field in car number 12.
Oh, the 12 has a major mechanical issue. Pulls off of the front stretch into 3 and 4. Gets back going. The caution is out. It looks like whatever that issue was kind of solved itself for the 12 of Quentin Perkins.
Yeah, but we got big problems down in turns 1 and 2. Emily McInnes tore the backside off, and the front side of Sophie Charbonnier Marshall's car is torn off, so
yeah, so
didn't see what happened, but I think we can connect the dots.
Out of 3 and 4, the 12, he was up the racetrack a little bit. Quentin was a little up the racetrack, and he hit the brakes real hard and turned left. I'm not sure if there was a mechanical issue or if he thought he was a little out of control or what happened, but he hit the brakes, slowed up a little bit, and both cars behind him, it was just kind of a chain reaction.
That's part of learning, Nick. I mean, like you said earlier, it's not all going to be driving around in circles. You're going to get into each other. You're going to spin out. You're going to tear up the race car every once in a while, and learning to put it back together is just a part of this youth program. Like you said, they don't just teach them the ins and outs of being in the race car on the racetrack, but being around the race car off of the racetrack, learning how to change tires, the ins and outs of all the safety equipment. It looks like we're going to pull most of, actually all, the Hudson Heroes Youth Division cars into the infield. So Haley Krastic, the only car still on the speedway, Emily McInnes, Quentin Perkins, and Sophie Charbonnier Marshall all in the infield getting checked out on their race cars. Still 12 laps remaining here in the Hudson Heroes Youth Division. Next on the speedway will be the 25-lap main event for the Black Flag Podcast Ridge Runners. 40 laps to follow for the MLM Diagnostic Services Pure Stocks, the annual Hennessy Memorial. 25 for the Legends and 75 laps for the mighty Mike Lewis Memorial this afternoon.
So how did Haley get her nickname Hurricane?
Not sure. Not going to lie, seen it on a T-shirt.
Seen it on a T-shirt. Hey, you know what? Sometimes the things you see on a T-shirt end up being the best gadget.
They stick, I'll tell you
just
that.
came up out of nowhere with the atom bomb.
Yeah, that one was obvious. I mean, I can't believe nobody else said that to you.
Nobody's ever said it to me. They've said a lot of things to me, and I mean a lot of things, but never called me the atom bomb.
Well, it looks like we got all the youth competitors back on the raceway. A little bit of cosmetic damage on some of these vehicles, but nothing that won't keep them from rolling strong.
Yeah, Sophie might be a little faster now. She might have a speed advantage.
Yeah, they're dropping weight.
Yeah, dropping weight. She's going to be able to go out there and have a little bit of speed advantage.
Front and the green one doesn't have the rear.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, as you walked into the property here this afternoon, you were given a pamphlet for the Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial with raffle tickets inside. Make sure you head up behind the Bazowski property broadcasting booth and enter those raffle tickets. There's a whole bunch of prizes you can win up here. $25 gift cards mostly. There's also free family tickets to Hudson Speedway, free family tickets to Claremont, and a family 4-pack to USA Speedway. All up for grabs right up here at the front ticket booth, and all of you were handed your pamphlet as you walked in with your free raffle tickets. So make sure, free raffle tickets, Nick, that's free prizes.
Listen, somebody's guaranteed to win something for nothing here today.
Still under yellow. Looks like Emily McInnes and Sophie Charbonnier Marshall are crossed up and ready to go. Haley Krastic making her way back to the back end of the field as we cross them up in one. Quentin Perkins will restart on the bottom side of row 2, and Haley Krastic will round out the field.
You know, is it unethical for an announcer to have somebody he's rooting for?
I've been told.
Well, there's only one of them from Massachusetts. Being that I'm from Massachusetts, I have a kind of a want to root for the one now.
Well, and also coming from the back.
Yeah. Coming from she's an underdog.
Emily McInnes and Sophie Charbonnier Marshall on the front row, gonna bring them back to life.
All four of these competitors put the foots to the floor, the loud pedals all the way down, off into 1 and 2. It's going to be Quentin Perkins to the inside of Sophie Charbonnier Marshall down the backstretch. Sophie's going to clear Quentin. They're going to go off into 3 and 4 single file.
Emily McInnes in car number 23, hometown girl, gonna lead them back to the start-finish line.
Now back through 1 and 2 again, single file throughout the field. The leader, Emily McInnes. She's in the number 23. Only 10 and leading the field.
10 years of age. I believe the rest of the field is 11 years of age. So the youngest driver going to lead another lap at the start-finish line. Don't count out the 3 machine of Sophie Charbonnier Marshall starting to reel her in little by little. We might have a battle for the race lead, Nick.
I believe we might. Sophie Charbonnier Marshall has been faster on the exit of turn 3 and 4 and rolling the center of 1 and 2 just a bit better. The lead was almost 2 car lengths, and now it's down to less than 1.
Looks like the 12 machine of Quentin Perkins starting to reel in the top 2. He's got Haley Krestick right there at the same pace. We might have 4 cars under a blanket in no time.
Through 3 and 4, all 4 cars under a blanket now. The number 1 Hurricane, Haley Krestick. She slides up a little bit in 3 and 4, going to lose some ground. The battle for second may begin to heat up, but the battle for the lead is definitely going to heat up as the 3 of Sophie Charbonnier Marshall. She's going to be beginning to look to the inside through 3 and 4.
Halfway home at the start-finish line, shown by your flagman, Joe Breggy. Down into turn 1, Emily McInnes starting to pull away. Sophie Charbonnier Marshall with a real good run off of the corner. Quentin Perkins behind her has some serious straightaway speed in car number 12.
Into 3 and 4. Here comes the 3. Sophie Charbonnier Marshall. She slides through 3 and 4. Hard once again. Gains a little bit of ground, but loses just a little bit on that exit to our leader.
3 laps will remain at the start-finish line. The 23 machine going to come around and click in another lap. It's Emily McInnes, Sophie Charbonnier Marshall, Quentin Perkins, and Haley Krestick as they run through the field. Two laps remain. This time the popsicle sticks are out. Cars are starting to get closer and closer. Will we have a battle for the lead? Sophie's looking to the bottom side. Here comes Quentin Perkins in car number 12. Little bit of a bumper tag through 1 and 2. He'll come down to the bottom side and they drag race for second. Now Krestick to the inside will take the final top 3 spot. White flag is out front for the 23. 11-year-old driver right here out of Hudson, New Hampshire. Going to lead them down the back straight away for the final time. 11 years of age, ladies and gentlemen. Double checkers are out. Emily McInnes going to come to victory. Second will go to Quentin Perkins in the 12. Hurricane Haley Krestick third in the 1, and rounding out the field will be car number 3, also out of Hudson, New Hampshire. It's Sophie Marshall. Hudson Heroes Youth Division putting on quite the show here. And as I've said all night, it's going to be quite the experience as years come on to watch these kids grow into bigger and better race car drivers. There she is, Emily McInnes in car number 23, going to come down to Hudson International Speedway victory lane and grab the Bumpy's Auto Service checkered flag as she takes her lap of victory. Cars making their way down to top 3. And you've heard him for a couple weeks now up here with me, ladies and gentlemen. He's down there now for top 3 interviews. We're going to send it down. It's the Atom Bomb, Nick Adams.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Hudson Heroes. What a show these kids put on for us, huh, folks? It's a great way to get it going. Your winner, the number 23 of Emily McInnes from Hudson, New Hampshire, a hometown girl. So we have action happening on the front stretch here. One of our nice friends fell over the barrier. In second from Nashua, New Hampshire, the number 12. Give it up for Quentin Perkins. Quentin, now how did you feel out there tonight? It was a beautiful race. You did fantastic, and finishing second. How did it feel?
Good. I started last. I thought I was stuck in third or last. Surprised I got second. Happy about it.
All right. Well, how does it feel to get out in front of these fantastic fans of the Hudson International Speedway and put on a show for the ages at just 11 years old?
Amazing.
You have anybody you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, MLM Diagnostics, Streeter Construction, Bumpy's Auto, Justin Glass, Time Pros, and Hudson Heroes staff, and everyone coming out for watching.
Somebody gave him some PR training, folks. Once again, give it up for Quentin Perkins. And your winner, the number 23 from Hudson, New Hampshire, the youngest competitor in the field, Emily McInnes. She poses for some photos with the family. Obviously, a very important moment in her young career. Fantastic to watch. We'll get in here and get an interview with our winner here in one moment. Emily, first off, congratulations on a fantastic race and a great display of talent and a nice win. How did it feel out there?
Well, I kind of hit the wall a little bit, so I hurt my shoulder, but it was really fun.
Well, a little bit of pain is all what racing's about. I mean, you're going to race, you're going to have a little bit of pain from here and there, but, you know, how does it feel to come out your hometown, your home track, at just 10 years old, being the youngest competitor in this field, and take home the victory?
Feels amazing, and I started at 8, so...
So 2 years of doing this, and you've gotten your first win at the Hudson International Speedway. Congratulations. You have anybody you want to thank?
Bumpy's Auto Service, Streetcar, or Racer, Streeter Construction, and MLM, I can't talk, Diagnostics, and my mom and dad.
Fantastic. Let's give it up for Emily McInnes once again, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and up next, well, the big boys are ready to play, folks. It's going to be fantastic. Let's do this.
Absolutely, Nick. The Black Flag Podcast Ridge Runners sit atop turn 3 and 4 as they get ready for a 25-lap main event coming up next. Following them will be the 40-lap main event, the Hennessy Memorial for the MLM Diagnostic Services Pure Stocks, Nelcar Legends for 25 and 75 laps to end out the afternoon. For the mighty Mike Lewis Memorial here this afternoon for the Northeast Auto Import Late Models. That's going to be one heck of a show. $5,000 in bonus money here alone this afternoon. Want to give a big shout out to Mike Robinson and all the hard crew putting in their hard time and efforts behind this to get the money up. Sold every single lap. All 75 have a name put on them and have been sold. You can see the lap board signage right at their display by the ticket booth. Has all of the people that contributed here today. And another big shout out to the people that came on board after this event was rained out and still wanted to donate, including E-Keys for Cars, Prospector Joe, Rosalind Homemade Ice Cream, Poles Automotive, Tasmanian Property Service, and Harris Spray Foam Insulation.
For the legends, he'll be back.
And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, when you walked in here this afternoon, you were handed a Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial event program with raffle tickets, free raffle tickets inside that program. Final calls being made, ladies and gentlemen. Plenty of great prizes up for grabs behind the Buzowski Broadcasting booth. So head on back to the front ticket gate, use your raffle tickets, and win some great prizes here this afternoon. Are you ready? 25 laps the distance for the Black Flag Podcast Ridge Runners. Fraser Family Racing top 3 to kick this one off. On the pole, going to be car number 37Z out of Nottingham, New Hampshire. The NRG Fuel Chevrolet is good for Zach Fraser. Outside of him, car number 76, the Fraser Family Racing sponsored automobile is good for Heath the Butts. Picked up his first Ridge Runner career win earlier this season here at the Family Fun Track. Car number 37, Jay Grid's third. Couple wins on the season already for Squirt Gun Joey Fraser. He'll share the row with the inaugural division winner, the A1 Disposal Services 51 out of Nashua, New Hampshire. Welcome, Mike Doobie Jr. The Pine Street Eatery, number 99 Chevrolet, will start on the inside of the third row, is good for Carl Gagnon. He'll share it with the Lomas Street Service. Northeast Auto Imports, number 59 out of Amherst, it's Callie Osborne. Final set row, Speed Racer, Mach 5, Brandon Mercier shares the row with Scotty Don't, Scott Bernier, car number 54. Green flag is out. Dan Cocazella showing them the business. Green flag is out for the Ridge Runners, and we head down the back straightaway. Who's going to lead them around the first time? It's older brother out front, Zach Fraser. Little brother Joey right on his tail. The teammate hung up on the outside. It's Heath the Butts, drives car number 76. Mike Doobie Jr. now, car number 51, going to try to sneak in on the inside. He'll race toe-to-toe for the third spot. They bump draft down into turn 1. The Fraser boys going to lead them down the back straightaway. Brother on brother crime, side by side. Who's going to lead them back to the start-finish line? Joey Fraser on the outside, taking the long way around the Hudson International Speedway by a fender. Older brother Zach on the inside, a former top contender at the USA Speedway in the old Hobby Star division. They'll come toe-to-toe right to you at the start-finish line. Joey Fraser, Zach Fraser, here comes Mike Doobie on the outside. He's hung up to dry, but he's got serious speed underneath car number 51.
Zach Fraser got loose on the exits of 3 and 4, off into 1 and 2. We're side by side. Zach with Doobie. We have a spin in turn 4, and we have calamity in turn 4.
Yeah.
Speed Racer and the 54 of Scott Bernier.
Yeah, the 5's getting parked. That was unnecessary. So the 5 Speed Racers going home. Scotty Don't, car number 54. I guess he's Scotty Did now.
Yeah, maybe that's why he has that nickname. Scotty Don't do it.
Scotty got into the 5 machine down in turns 3 and 4. They both collected it, and the 5 just hung a right and went after him. We have no place for that. The 54 machine looks like he's going to get the black flag as well. Wants to have a little chat with your chief starters, and they're telling him no. So Scotty Don't is going to head back to the pit area.
There's going to be some conversations had in the
no,
trailer.
he's not. So Scotty Don't, not too happy, but he's going home anyways. So he'll head back to the paddock.
I think that might be part of the nickname.
It might be. So 5 laps in out of 25 laps the distance.
It looks like as Scotty pulled into the pits, he had a conversation with Ben.
That was your general manager, Steve Grant, he had a conversation with. So they're going to be down there swapping lasagna recipes and knitting quilts and having a good old time. So we are going to have the fun all to ourselves right here on the front straightaway coming to you. Just a couple more trips before we send them back green. It looks like Ben Bazowski on the pace car. Going to pick up the field this time by.
Cops, MTs are headed that way too.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we get single filed out. You see one of the Hennessy brothers off in turn 2 there. He's waving at everybody, getting them all ready, telling them where to go, how to line up, where you're going to be, correcting the lineup here, folks. So in first is going to be the 37J of Joey Frazier, second Mike Doobie, third Zach Frazier, fourth Heath DeButts, fifth the 99 of Carl Gagnon, in sixth that's going to be the number 59 of Callie Osborne.
So for all the race fans wondering where track safety services went with their lights on, it looks like there was just a small little bonfire underneath one of the cars when they pulled in, so they brought the extinguishers over there just to make sure everything was all set before we send them back green.
Well, they get them single file. They're going to wait for the emergency services to get back in their proper locations, as is standard procedure at all NASCAR-sanctioned racetracks across the 50 great United States.
Should be clear. It should be that way at all racetracks across the country. Safety comes first.
Fun is great. Safety is the utmost importance. They rack them and stack them into 1 and 2, though. The lights are off on, well, the new vehicle that Ben owns, the brand new pace car for tonight. Down the backstretch, side by side, Joe Frazier, Mike Doobie, gonna lead him to the green flag.
Coming to the Bumpy's Auto restart zone, Joe Briggy looks him over, drops the green flag, and we come back to green. I apologize, that's Matt Johnson throwing the green.
Well, Matt Johnson dropped the flag. They drop the hammer. They go off into 1 and 2. Doobie on the outside. Zach Frazier to the inside. Zach Frazier going to send it back down to the inside in 3 and 4. He's going to be in his corner down the front stretch.
Now here's the real question, Nick. Can anybody catch the youngster out front? The youngster in car number 37J out of Nottingham. Squirt gun Joey Frazier going to try to open up the gap.
Yeah, squirt gun is squirting away from the field, no pun intended, through 3 and 4. He's got about a quarter of a car length lead on Mike Doobie. Back to the battle for third. Zach Frazier has Heath DeButts right on his outside. They are side by side, wheel to wheel out of 2.
Carl Gagnon right back there. He's the oldest driver in the field. The Pine Street Eatery, number 99. He wants a piece of the top 3 with the battle going on for it right in front of him.
Yeah, he slid up a little bit in 4, almost got into the back bumper of the 76 of Heath DeButts. Didn't do it. Through 1 and 2. They're side by side. It's a track race for the podium position.
Side by side, Frazier on the inside of the butts. 2-car breakaway at the front of the field. Joey Frazier, Mike Doobie Jr., the runaways.
Frazier and Doobie, they are right there. Doobie is right there. A mistake by Frazier will allow him to pounce on it. The battle for third rages on. For the 5th lap in a row, they're side by side down the front.
That's 2 teammates racing. They're not touching. They're real close, but they ain't not beating fenders because they know they're going to have to fix each other's race cars all week long if they do. They're watching their teammate, the youngest teammate in the field, Joey Frazier, starting to pull away, but he's got Mike Doobie Jr. tied to his train down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Mike Doobie has done everything he can through these first 11 laps, now coming to 12 to get on the back bumper of Joey Frazier and stick there. He's got super glue on the front of that machine, so they go off into 1 and 2. He's right there, John.
Does he have enough? I've said it to you once, I'll say it many a more time, Nick. It's one thing to get there, it's a whole nother thing to pass someone here at the original Family Fun Track. Halfway home at the start-finish line.
Into 1 and 2. The battle for first rages on, but down the front stretch, the battle for third has been won by Heath DeButts. Jack Frazier drops to 4th. Now he has Carl Gagnon on his back bumper, ready to pounce. But is Frazier really done with DeButts on the exit of 4?
Battle for the lead still ensues. Mike Doobie Jr. not able to climb alongside the 37J, but he's hanging right with him. Double high fives in the air. Matt Johnson gonna raise the roof. 10 laps to go.
Just 10 more circuits at the Hudson International Speedway down the backstretch. Doobie knows time is of the essence. He needs to do everything he can to get by the 37J of Joey Frazier.
2-car breakaway. Comfortably now in the 3rd spot, the 76 machine of Heath DeButts all the way back. Zach Frazier, Carl Gagnon round out the top 5 with Callie Osborne rounding out the field.
Callie Osborne has been putting a little bit of pressure on Gagnon. We'll keep an eye on that, but the battle for the lead begins to heat up just a little bit into 1 and 2. We continue to watch the 51 of Mike Doobie, the 37 of Joey Frazier down the backstretch. Does Doobie have anything for him?
He might. He's right there, knocking on the back door for the race lead. Single digits remain. Lap 18 clicked in that time with 7 laps to go. Joey Frazier trying to hold off a hard charging Mike Doobie Jr. in car number 51.
Down through 3 and 4. Doobie gonna give him the bumper a little bit. Tell him, hey, I'm here. Frazier wants to make Doobie go to the outside. One Frazier brother having the time of his life. The other one uncharacteristically off the pace back in 5th. Contact out of 2.
Sideways on his own was the 37J. He's gonna open up the door. Doobie to the inside with 5 to go.
Down the front stretch. It's a drag race for the lead here at Hudson. Side by side in 1.
Doobie on the inside. He's gonna try to hold his own. Will he climb? No, he might lose the spot down into turn 3. Frazier giving him plenty of racing room. Doobie gonna try to throw the fender back underneath. We drag race back to the start-finish line.
4 laps to go. We go through 1 and 2. They're side by side. Correction, it was 5. Down the backstretch. It's a drag race into 3 and 4. Doobie to the inside. Frazier to the outside. Doobie's going to complete the pass out of 4. Mike Doobie to the lead here at Hudson. Joey Frazier not going to let him have it that easy. Joey all over his back bumper. He knows he has just been passed for the lead, and he only has 2 more circuits to go this time by. He needs to do everything he can to get it back. Mike Doobie fought valiantly for 20 laps to stay on the back bumper of the 37J. Joey Frazier made that pivotal mistake that we were waiting for on the exit of 2. It happened. Doobie got to his inside. Now Doobie sees the white flag here at the Family Fun Track. Through 1 and 2, Mike Doobie sailing away. He's now 3, 4, maybe 5 car lengths ahead. Through 3 and 4, Mike Doobie's going to come out of turn 4 and take the win in the Black Flag Podcast Ridge Runners at Hudson. In second, going to be the 37J of Joey Frazier. Third, Heath DeButts. 4th, Zach Frazier. 5th, Carl Gagnon. 6th, Callie Osborne. And then 7th through 10th. Sorry, 7th through 9th. Correction. This is a little up in the air right now, but we're going to send it down to the voice of Hudson International Speedway, John Espernette, with post-race interviews with your top 3.
Well, we are down here in Black Flag Podcast Ridge Runner Victory Lane. Big old smile on this kid's face. He's out of the car, but a round of applause for Heath DeButts, your 3rd place finisher, car number 76. Well, Heath, you won the last time. I wasn't able to come down and talk to you, so it's good to see you down here, man. You guys finally got this thing squared up and running real good. Had a good battle with your teammates for the number 2 spot, number 3 spot. Grabbed the final piece of hardware here today.
Yeah, that was awesome, battling with Zach on the outside. I didn't think I was going to get him, but I did. Car was tight all day. We battled the car being tight. I can't thank my sponsors enough, Eagle Air Solutions, NRG Fuel, everybody who helps with this car, the Frazier family, Andy, my girlfriend. That's about it.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Heath DeButts, your 3rd place finisher. Rolling on up to your runner-up spot, Squirt Gun Joey Frazier down here in the 37J. And Joey, we know this thing's dominant every time you bring it out. Nobody usually has anything for you. I saw Mike was stalking you the last couple laps, and just one little bob ladder, you lost your 1 spot, but it's still a good run for you and the entire team here this afternoon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I got a little loose out of 2. He kept pressuring me. I got to say, that's like the most fun I think I ever had in a race car. Awesome job to Doobie. Ran me clean the entire race. Total respect to him. Awesome job. I don't want to make this too long. Tonight's about Mighty Mike. He's a great guy and everything, but There's a lot of people to thank, as always. My dad, of course, for giving me a rocket ship every single week, works endless hours on the car. My mom, Larry, Andrew, Heath, Zach, all my sponsors, Rusty's Towing, NRG Fuel, Eagle Air Solutions, JAR Race Motors, my girlfriend. Just another awesome night, and I'll happily take second.
Let him hear you, ladies and gentlemen. Squirt Gun Joey Frazier, your runner-up down here. And a big round of applause. He's back in victory lane. Mike Doobie in car number 51. Man, Mike, this thing had some serious speed all day long. We saw you riding the outside of the racetrack real comfortable, stalking your prey right there behind him, waiting for your move, and he gave it to you. Took your run down to the bottom side and land yourself back in victory lane.
Yeah, no, you got to get used to the 37s on the inside here, so we had to adapt and overcome. So just really proud of everyone that came together and helped us out. Huge thanks to, first of all, to my wife and my son, and my father and Scott, always in the shop with me. Bob Mahoney, Last Lap Motorsports, all those boys give me a lot of help throughout the week. And of course, my sponsors, Scrap Metals Incorporated, A1 Disposal Services, CJS Construction, Arnold Green Electric, and Local Plumbing and Heating.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, Mike Doobie in car number 51 nails down the win in the Black Flag Podcast Ridge Runners. Next on the Speedway, ladies and gentlemen, 40 laps the distance for the Hennessy Memorial. "40 laps the distance, ladies and gentlemen." Making their way onto the front straightaway now, the MLM Diagnostic Services Pure Stock Division. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a little bit of work to do before we send them green. First off, they're all down there. Motors are off. Let's give all these drivers a big round of applause for coming out here on a Sunday afternoon for the Hennessy Memorial. I know we touched on it earlier this afternoon, but I want to touch on it again, why we are having this race. This race is in honor of Rich and Carol Hennessy, two past employees who were here for a very, very long time. Multiple decades amongst both of them. Paul Barron is going to be throwing the green flag. He's down there on the flag stand now. Multi-decade flagman here at the Hudson International Speedway. He was the guy that got Rich involved here at Hudson and got Carol down here. And eventually now, for the people that are here week in and week out, I'm sure you know the triplets, the Hennessy boys. They live, breathe, and die Hudson International Speedway. They've been here since they were born, and we will never, ever let them leave. Tonight we race in honor of their parents and for their whole family. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Hennessy boys are in the house tonight. Can we please, they are spread out around this racetrack. Can we get a big round of applause for the entire Hennessy family from Hudson Speedway? Thank you, boys, for all you do. Godspeed, Rich and Carol. We think of you guys every single race. Before we go with this feature event, I ask you all to please rise and remove your racing caps. And I'm going to ask you all for a moment of silence. Thank you very much, and I ask you all to please stay standing. Point your attention to turn number 1 as we honor the greatest country in the world with the playing of our Star-Spangled Banner. Well, thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, can we get some help? I'm going to count them down from 3, and I'm going to leave it up to you guys. I'm not even going to talk, so you better do a good job. On the count of 3, we're going to say, drivers, start your engines. Can you guys do that? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, there we go, Pete. Thank you. What a crowd here in Hudson this afternoon. I've tried that for 12 years, and that's the best outcome I've had. Here we go. 40 laps the distance. The Hennessy Memorial is about to take place. Here's going to be your starting lineup. On the pole, the driver hails out of Londonderry, New Hampshire. It's the Catco Recycling number 21X from Mackenzie Belisle. Outside of her, the driver hails out of Charleston, New Hampshire, the SGM Trucking. Sponsors car number 1, New Hampshire, multi-time winner across the NHSDRA tracks in 2023. Welcome, Carlos Grenier.
In third is going to be the number 4 of Colton Martin. In fourth, the number 16, Chris Davis.
Car number 03 is next in the grid, 5th in the starting lineup. This is your defending Pure Stock champion. The driver hails out of Drake at Massachusetts. It's the Abreu's Bar and Grill sponsors. Car number 03 for Caden Facette. Outside of him, car number 07. I know Pell Air sponsors this driver. It's not on the car yet. It's a brand new ride for him. The driver in car number 07 out of Center Barnstead, New Hampshire. Welcome, Jason Hodgson.
In 7th, the number 56, Massachusetts, of Scotty Blanchard. In 8th, the number 38, Jim Rhodes.
Car number 65, Vermont, is next in line. He's out of Springfield, Vermont. The Sunel Napa Springfield Methodist Church, Paws Derby Shop, Don's Heating LLC sponsored Shag and Wagon for Doug Nelson, runner-up in the points 1 year ago, and he'll share the row with car number 40, and that's good for Lay Daniels.
Rounding out the field, the number 56, Dominic Stafford.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a treat. All eyes on the flag stand. Paul Barron set to let the field loose. He's going to look him over in turns 3 and 4. Paul Barron looks the field over, drops the green flag, and we head down into turn number 1.
Down into 1, side by side. Paul Barron like he never missed a day of doing this. Down the backstretch, we have problems in turn 1 and 2. The 0-3 lost power for a second, back under power, but slow down the backstretch. We stay green. The leader, the number 1, New Hampshire of Carlos Grenier.
Man, tough break there for the defending champion, Caden Facette, in car number 0-3. He's way off the pace down the front stretch. He gets it back going. Top 3 cars in a line. Carlos Grenier, Mackenzie Belial, now the 16 of Chris Davis playing bumper tag with her. They battle down into turn number 1 for spot number 2.
Davis to the inside of Belial. They're going to make a little bit of contact on the entrance. On the exit, they're side by side. It's a drag race for second into 3 and 4. Belial trying to hold off Davis through 3 and 4.
They touch. He's got the second spot. Here comes the 4 of Colton Martin down to the inside. He's got Jason Hodgson hooked to his train. He's sideways down into turn 1.
What a save by Jason Hodgson! Down the backstretch, Chris Davis sets his eyes on Carlos Grenier on the exit of 4.
It's a long race, Nick. 4 laps in. We're a tenth of the way through the Hennessy Memorial. A long 40-lap bout for the MLM Pure Stocks. Carlos Grenier, Chris Davis, Colton Martin find themselves atop the field 1, 2, and 3. Mackenzie Belial and the 07, the center Barnstead, New Hampshire native Jason Hodgson round out the top 5.
Jason Hodgson dirt tracking it through 3 and 4. We take a look back at the battle for the lead. It's single file through the top 5. Hodgson loose in 1 and 2 again. Down the backstretch, Grenier into 3 and 4.
Battle for the lead going to start to heat up. Chris Davis, the jack of all blades. Honda of Keen.com, sponsor number 16 machine, starts to reel in the Charleston, New Hampshire native in car number 1.
I mentioned this earlier about Chris Davis. Last week, double feature, first and second. Colton Martin last week, double feature, first and second. They run second and third. Grenier has Davis all over him, but Davis, which is pretty characteristic to him, has a lot of speed.
Davis now going to have his eyes set on the inside of Carlos Grenier for the race lead. 7 laps in the books, and we got a barn burner at the front side of the field. Grenier trying to hold off Davis. Colton Martin comfortably in the number 3 spot, and the battle ensues for 4th between Mackenzie Belial and car number 07 at Jason Hodgson.
This is the perfect situation for Colton Martin. He's looking at the first 2 drivers. One of them clearly trying to save his equipment. The 16 clearly trying to get to the lead, drive away. If Davis burns his stuff up and Grenier holds him up long enough, Martin could get in this battle for the lead.
Keep an eye way out back on car number 03, Nick. He's starting to come back to life. Does he have enough time to get there with a 40-lap main event? We're 10 laps in the books this time.
There was contact in 3 and 4 between Davis and Grenier. Grenier was a little sideways, able to keep it straight, still in the lead. Contact into 2. Jason Hodgson sent it in Mackenzie Belial.
Rubbing elbows. You're not supposed to hit a woman. Rubbing elbows down in 3. They do it again off of 4. Mackenzie Belial's going to take him back to the stripe in the number 4 spot.
Belial on the inside. Hodgson looking everywhere. He's trying to go inside, outside, trying to make a pass as clean as he can. Back to the battle for the lead on the exit of 4.
Here he comes, Chris Davis down to the inside. The 1 of Carlos Grenier going to try and hold him up, and who's loving all of this? The number 4 machine of Colton Martin. They're racing hard right in front of him, allowing him to creep in for the battle for the race lead.
Grenier's doing everything he can to hold up that 16. He knows he's slower than Davis. Davis is going to get past him. I mean, not past him, but if he does get past him, he knows he's going to drive away.
Here he
Davis
comes.
Down the inside, down the back, into 3.
Oh, they touch. They're both sideways. Carlos Grenier holds on to the number 1 spot. He'll lead him back to the stripe. Chris Davis going to keep the fender underneath car number 1. They don't touch, and Carlos Grenier will clear for the lead once again.
Colton Martin has joined this battle. The top 3 under a blanket. 4th to 7th under a blanket. The 03, the defending series champion, up to 8th, and he is coming.
Here he comes. He's going to try the inside. No. Not outside either. He's all over the back door. Dominic Stafford can't seem to find the lane by. Tries the inside now. He'll get the spot from the 56 machine of Stafford. Now going to work up into the top 5.
Hodgson to the outside of Belial. That's going to slow down Hodgson. Here comes Facette. 2 in 1 lap. He's up to 5th. He's side by side with Hodgson in 2.
3 for 1 deal. Can he make it work? Doesn't have the speed down the back straightaway. Belial's going to clear him down for the 4 spot. They touch again down in 3 and 4.
Facette's not playing around. He knows he needs to go. We're 17 down, 23 to go. Then from the spinner to 4th, the 0-3 is now up to 4th. The battle for the lead heats up as there's contact.
Trouble for the 21X and Mackenzie Belial way off the pace into the top side of the racetrack. Here we go, Nick. Top 3 cars are in a line. Grenier, Davis, and Martin all down the back straightaway within striking distance for the race lead.
Davis looking to the inside. Grenier's going to get a little contact in 3. We almost had it go around there, but Grenier showing fantastic car control. He's had that bumper of Chris Davis up his rear 3 or 4 times already.
Carlos Grenier doing a hell of a job holding off the 4-time Monadnock Speedway Pure Stock champion behind him. And now the points leader behind them, the 4 of Colton Martin, comes in line. Halfway home, 20 down, 20 to go for the 1 of Carlos Grenier.
Colton Martin, the young gun in this series, down the backstretch, all over the back of Davis. Here we go into 3. Davis going to send it to the inside. Contact with Grenier.
Grenier slams the door shut and he'll lead him again. The crowd goes wild here at Hudson. They're going for the 0-3 from the back. He's up for the battle through the top 3 spots, looking for a piece of hardware here tonight.
Facette all over Martin. Martin all over Davis. Davis all over Grenier. Here comes Facette on the outside. He's going to try to make it work. A big run down the front stretch.
Facette way up on the Angels Expressway, the original family fun track, all over the back door of the Claremont Spartan. Colton Martin in car number 4.
Down into 3 and 4. The 0-3 of Facette on the outside of Martin. Here he comes down the front stretch. Martin closes the door, almost makes contact with the wall.
That could have gotten real ugly right there down the front straightaway. He's trying the outside, and Colton Martin doesn't quite know he's there when he gets there. Will they touch? Yes, they will. Bumpers are being used down in turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, Caden Facette has run out of patience. He's come from the back up to 4th. He's got 16 to go. We're 24 down here.
Davis to the inside for the race lead once again. Grenier now going to have no choice but to give him some room on the bottom side. Davis is going to lead him around to the stripe.
Davis finally, after 25 laps, takes the lead, sends it into 1, and he's going to try to drive away while Grenier holds up Martin and a charging Facette.
Does anybody have anything left in the tank to get back around the number 16? If anybody has the speed, it's the number 03 to the outside for the final piece of hardware.
He's going to make it stick in the 1 and 2. He's now to the outside, even side by side. It's a drag race down the back. Facette edges him out into 3.
Facette from almost a lap behind to the outside now. 2 for 1 deal. He's going to go for second. They touch down in the front turn 1.
Damage on the front of the 0-3, the right front, damage from contact to the wall. The 1 New Hampshire, same issue. Damage to the right front. What's that going to do? John, we don't have a 3-car battle for the lead anymore. It's a 5-car battle for second.
Here comes the 03 machine. He's on the back door once again. He gets the 1 sideways down in turns 1 and 2.
Carlos Grenier doing everything he can to hold these guys off. He was sideways earlier, sideways again. Facette is doing everything he can to get by, trying to go to the outside again.
Doesn't have the fender on the outside. The 1 machine has all the right to pinch him up to the outside of the racetrack. Now he's going to force him down low. Facette to the inside for second.
Facette's going to take the second spot. They come on a 4. It's going to be side by side, but 10 figures in the air. 10 to go here at Hudson.
Does Caden Facette, the defending champion, have anything for race leader Chris Davis a straightaway length away? Here comes the 03, going to rocket ship away from the 4 of Colton Martin.
Colton Martin doing everything he can now. Grenier's been sideways 4 times, John. Count them 4. He is trying to keep up with the 0-3. Caden Facette is on a different level. 2/10 faster that lap than your leader, Chris Davis.
Lap cars dead ahead. The Shaggin' Wagon and the 56. The first guy in the hot seat, it's Scotty Blanchard out of Brockton, Mass. Roxbury, Mass, not Brockton.
Roxbury, Brockton.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's Massachusetts.
That's
not
right. That's right.
Through 3 and 4, Scotty trying not to hold the leader, but right now, if you're the 0-3 of Caden Facette, you want to see that lap car battle as hard as he can. He's under no requirement to move for the leader. It's good sportsmanship to do it, but you're not required to do it, and Facette shrinking that lead visually into 3.
Facette coming on real strong in the late stages with 6 laps to go at the start-finish line. We're going to have 5 laps to go.
He's 0.6 a second faster a lap. 2 laps ago, the lead was 1.2 seconds. Now it's 1.1. It was at 1.2.3. Through 3 and 4, Davis high. Facette coming down the front stretch. 5 fingers in the air. 5 laps to go here at Hudson. The battle for the lead is going to quickly heat up. Davis into 3, the shaggin' wagon on the inside. Here comes the defending champ. Facette and Davis, they touch. Davis into the grass. We stay green right now. Caden Facette to the lead. Colton Morgan. Facette backwards, actually. He's back to 3rd, maybe 4th. He has damage on the right front. Colton Martin, your big winner out of that. Contact out of 4. That's put damage on Chris Davis's machine. It's put Colton Martin. He's down through 1 and 2, down the backstretch. He's gonna come to 2 to go. Martin has Scotty Blanchard, a lap car in front of him. He's trying not to get held up. How much damage is on the 16? Through 1 and 2, the 03 pulls off the track. We're 2 to go down the backstretch. Caden Facette and Chris Davis, that's gonna be the conversation. But the white flag is gonna come out this time for Colton Martin. Through 1 and 2, the only person Colton Martin has to see in front of him is the shaggin' wagon of Doug Nelson. Colton Martin, half a second lead over Chris Davis. Colton Martin gonna come out of 4 and win the Hennessy Memorial at Hudson. Martin in 1st, in 2nd Chris Davis, 3rd Carlos Grenier, 4th Dominic Stafford, 5th Jason Hodgson, 6th Jim Rhodes, 7th the shaggin' wagon of Doug Nelson, in 8th Scotty Blanchard, 9th Caden Facette, 10th Mackenzie Borchers, and 11th is going to be Lele Daniels. We're going to send it down trackside to my broadcast partner, John Espernette, for interviews with our top 3.
Down here with your top 3 MLM Diagnostic Services Pure Stock finishers here for the annual Hennessy Memorial. He's out of the car. He can hear you. We'll get him to the front of the car. How about a round of applause for Carlos Grenier, your 3rd place finisher. Man, Carlos, this thing was bad fast right at the start of the race. Things started to fall off with a 40-lap main event. Obviously, the setups are going to start to wear. You were holding on for dear life out there, buddy, but you come out, things start to unfold in front of you. You come home with a piece of hardware here. Now it's a good night for you and a good night for the crew behind you.
Yeah, it's a good night for us. I don't know what happened here with Chris, but he ran me respectfully. I tried to keep him behind me as long as I could, but I can only do so much when the right front's gone. I got to say congrats to Colty. Amazing driver. Congrats to Chris. He got punted around out there. I mean, it was fun, though.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Let him hear you. Carlos Grenier, your 3rd place spot. Runner-up here this afternoon, Chris Davis drives car number 16. Chris, man, this thing was on a mission all race long, just trying to get to the bottom side. You and Carlos back there put on one hell of a show at the front side of the field with the fans, and a little bit of a late race scuffle puts you back, and you're able to salvage up a 2nd spot, but obviously not the way you wanted to end out here tonight.
No, that's what you get when you race with morons, you know. They show up with a cheated car up, and then somehow they can't get by you when they're 0.3 faster than you. But he'll get his. Really happy the way the car went. Thanks to Kevin and John for helping me out today. Thanks for my family. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Monami Jewelry, Jack of All Blades, Honda of Keene, Phillips Design, and McClure's Tree Service, of course.
Big round of applause one more time. Chris Davis in car number 16, your runner-up. And a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Colton Martin in car number 4 is your Hennessy Memorial Champion. Colton, I feel like I can't talk to you without saying this exact line. I mean, you proved that just letting things fold out in front of you, letting things play out is the way to do it. I mean, you stay consistent, you keep the car underneath you, and things happen in front of you, pick up another win.
Yeah, definitely weren't the fastest car out there today, but we were in the right spot. I expected a yellow, everyone just stopped, and I didn't see a yellow light, so I just kept going. Couldn't be here without my sponsors, 603 Metalworks, Pool Water of Claremont, contact Luke Hinckley at RE Hinckley for all your...
That's electric.
Yeah. Brody LeDuc, State Farm Agency, Healy's Carpet, Chico's Handyman Services, Revered Painting, Osgood Welding, Bunnell's Parts and Accessories, Dan Valcourt Services, Winkler Automotive, Twin State Pool and Spa, Mom, Dad, Chico, Uncle Justin, Brooklyn. Shout out to Andrea and Peyton, Callie, because she's going to bug me. Griffin, for always coming, Dad, Maddie, when she decides to come, and Hudson Hudson Speedway.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, your Hennessy Memorial Champion, Colton Martin in car number 4.
Fans at the beautiful Hudson International Speedway, just a reminder, we have a bake sale going on tonight right below the broadcast booth. At the bottom of the broadcast booth, the bake sale is now 50% off. I repeat, it's 50% off for everything over at the bake sale. And while you're up here, if you have some kids that are going back to school, grab some backpacks. Some fantastic backpacks are up here to grab. And again, the bake sale is 50% off.
25 laps the distance. The NASCAR legends on the speedway now. Here's going to be your starting lineup. On the pole, winner earlier this season from the USA Speedway, car number 91, is the mayor, Ethan Avalar. Outside of him, car number 34, going to share the front row, it's Kyle Cassie.
In third, the number 09 from Carver, Massachusetts, Josh Parsons. And in fourth, the number 17 from Middleton, Rhode Island, Chase Silva.
Car number 10, going to be next in the grid out of Somers, Connecticut. Welcome, Kevin Davis. Outside of him, driving car number 4, the driver hails out of Taunton, Massachusetts. It's Brandon LaBelle.
In seventh, the number D3 from Sanford, Maine, David Stone III. Back in eighth, the number 33 from Taunton, Massachusetts. That's going to be driven by Tyler Carr.
Car number 29, grids next in the field. Driver hails out of Windham, Maine. That's good for Cole Roby. Outside of him, the driver hails all the way from Tiverton, Rhode Island. And car number 99, welcome Richie Helger Jr.
In 11th, from parts unknown, the number 47, Hollywood Harrison. In 12th, the number 85 from Wayworth, Massachusetts, it's going to be Jake Brake.
Jake Brake Kelly in car number 85. Now that's a race car driver named Nick. Jake Brake Kelly drives car number 85. Shane Crawman in car number 15M will share the row alongside car number 6, and that's good for Eric Williams out of Hudson, Massachusetts. Imposter. Car number 57, grids next. It's good for Mike Della Vecchia, and he'll share the row with the number 57. Okay, so Della Vecchia is the 57C, and the white is the regular 57 for Brett Libby out of Standish, Maine.
Next on the grid is going to be the number 32 from Waterbury, Connecticut, Kyle Rogers.
Grumpy. That's what we have driving car number 15. Grumpy.
Grumpy?
I guess it's fitting he's driving a dwarf. Car number 0. I told you. Owen Ledoux out of Sanford, Maine. And the 1, that's the other Ledoux. It's Cameron Ledoux I couldn't figure out the name on. But what I am happy is I got half a name right on car number 25.
Did you say Windham, Maine?
I didn't say any hometown. I saved myself there, but it's not Isaiah Anderson. That's James Anderson, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to go from shotgun on the field. 25 laps the distance. We're going to send them green this time by. They're coming to the bumpies on a restart zone. Ethan Avalar, Kyle Cassie on the front row, ready to do the dance.
Into 3 and 4, side by side, 10 rows deep. Into the Bumpy's Auto restart zone. The green flag is out. We're away.
Oh, yeah. We rumble down into turn number 1. It's the mayor with the race lead. Ethan Avalar leads him down the back straightaway. The battle going to ensue for second. Joshua Parsons early down to the bottom side for the runner-up spot, but it's the 91. Ethan Avalar leading him back to the stripe.
Avalar in the lead, down to the inside. Parsons on the inside of the number 34 of Kyle Cassie. Cassie slides up the track. We're going to have 3 wide down the back.
You could fit them 4 or 5 wide here. You might not want to do it. 3 wide is good enough for us to get excited. The 17 of Chase Sylvia all the way up there, up in the top 5, goes 3 wide a few laps ago with Kevin Davis and Kyle Cassie. They still rage on for the number 4 spot.
Into turn 4, the 17, side by side with the number 34 of Kyle Cassie. Down the front stretch, it's going to continue to be side by side. They single file out now. The top 5 single file. The battle is for 6 between the number 4 of Brendan LaBelle and the number D3 of David Stone III.
Dave Stone III in car D3, gonna bump himself up a spot underneath car number 4. That's good for Brandon LaBelle out of Taunton. He's gonna be stuck up on the outside to try. Tyler Clark gonna drive by. Here comes the driver out of Windham, Maine. It's Cole Roby in car 29.
Brendan LaBelle fights hard on the outside of LeClerc. He's going to try to get himself down between the 33 and the 29. It's not going to work yet. Through 1 and 2, down the backstretch, side by side between Cole Roby.
Brandon LaBelle and car number 4 snuck up on the outside of the raceway with a driver's side window full of the 29. He'll be able to clear him down into turn number 1. A good battle back for about the 9th position with Richie Helger Jr. right there in line.
We're single file throughout the field right now with that battle between the 29 and the 4.
One around, look out, no, Shane Cromit's got a handful of wheel in turn 4, and he's able to keep it going straight. What a save from Shane Cromit.
The 47 was sideways up the banking in 4 as well, but down across the start-finish line.
Battle for the race lead. Josh Parsons throws it in and lets it land. He'll lead him down the back straightaway for the first time, and he'll lead his first lap of 25 here on lap 9.
Parsons to the lead. They're passing the 0 of Owen Ledoux in 1 and 2. They're going to lap the 0, 1 and 2. Going by on the outside now, down the back into 3 and 4.
The 09 machine of Joshua Parsons going to lead him around once again. Second is gotten by the lap car. Now third on back has to deal with the 0 machine of Owen Ledoux. Ledoux giving plenty of racing room on the outside of the raceway. Leaders making their way by. Kyle Cassie, Chase Sylvia, car number 17 going to make his way by. Down the front straightaway, a gaggle of cars all stacked up around the lap car of Ledoux behind the 33 machine. A top runner in the Nelcar Legends point standings. It's Ty Leclerc out of Taunton, Massachusetts. 12 laps in, going to be lap number 13 clicked in the books this time by. At the start-finish line, you can see him waving them flags around. Cross-stitch at the stripe, halfway home for the 09 of Joshua Parsons. It's Parsons, Avalar, and Kevin Davis in the 10. Kyle Cassie runs fourth, and the battle will ensue for fifth. The 17 of Chase Sylvia holding on to it, but Ty Leclerc wants it in car number 33. He's sideways off of the fourth quarter.
He's going to stay straight this time, down into 1 and 2. You see your leader entering the backstretch now into 3 and 4. Leclerc off of turn 2. He's got the 17 in his sights, though.
Ethan Avalar, the mayor, in car number 91. He's out of Attleboro, Mass. And we got calamity down into turn 1.
We got major problems. The 57s
and the 57.
Whoa,
yeah,
have come together. Well, we won't have to worry about calling 2 57s. It's unfortunate for both of them. That's going to make this easy.
Yeah, Mike Delavecchia.
Brett Libby and Mike Delavecchia both involved in this major calamity in turn 2, and that is some serious damage for the orange and blue 57.
Yeah, and I was talking about the other 57, the plain white 57. You see a lot of these cars decaled up very nice, a lot of intricate style wraps. That 57 machine is a plain white car with a black and orange number 57 on it, and I'd say it's about one of the nicest looking Nelcar Legends on the property. A shame he got tangled up there in turns 1 and 2. Both 57 machines are down for the count as of right now.
Well, 14 down, 11 to go when we get the green. It'll be 10 to go. These guys, the Nelcar Legends never fail to provide a show. They always provide a show, and we're actually going to bring them to a stop, I believe, on the front stretch.
Yeah, just to give the safety workers some room up in turns 1 and 2 to clean up the mess. They might bring them to a halt down here on the front straightaway. And then again, you never know, they might not. I mean, that's your track owner, Ben Bazowski, driving the pace car. He's got a mind of his own.
I think Ben got to turn 1 and said, oh, the track is blocked.
Yeah,
it's like when I-95 is shut down, you come around the corner, you're like, oh, where do I go now?
So they are going to bring them to a halt on the front straightaway as they clean up the mess. You can see Jay Parker, we call him Londonderry, that's his nickname, up there with his broom. A Hudson faithful week in and week out employee here, hard at work. He's with Aaron Planky. Big shout out to Aaron Planky, a big supporter of not only here at Hudson Speedway, but one of the maintenance guys over at Lee USA Speedway, him and Jeff Lapierre. Facebookless Jeff, they call him. They do an amazing job keeping that 80-something, I think it's 84 acres of land, and the two of them do an outstanding job. People always ask how Aaron, I call him Sunshine Aaron. They go, how did he start? I want to start. He showed up one day while I was there, and he grabbed a weed whacker, and I ain't been able to get rid of him since.
We'll give a huge shout-out once again to Aaron, because last week, folks, if you weren't here last week, last Sunday, we turned the Hudson International Speedway into Hudson International Reservoir, Lake Hudson, whatever you want to call it, the Hudson Water Park here in beautiful Hudson, New Hampshire. Yeah. And turns 3 and 4 was completely underwater. And Aaron was the guy who went down in there face first, pulling all the grass away from the the greats.
And when you say face first, this guy, he was in there at one point. He had a fishing pole.
There was rubber duckies involved.
He was washing his pits.
That was right. He did a backflip almost. People thought he actually fell into the water. He actually ran forward and jumped straight into it.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, just a couple left up here in front of the Buzowski Broadcasting booth. Kids, I know you don't want me to say this, but it is almost time to go back to school. So parents, if you're in the house and you have yet to go back to school shopping, or if you just need another backpack, make sure you come up here right in front of the Buzowski Broadcasting booth, courtesy of Hudson Speedway and Bumpy's Auto Service. Once again, big shout out to Beck and Nick from Bumpy's and all they do here at the racetrack and really putting in their hard efforts to make this happen for all the youngsters here at the raceway. So right here in front of the announcing tower, make sure there's just a couple of backpacks left. You can also grab your Hudson Hero Youth Division t-shirts on sale. And ladies and gentlemen, even bigger news, I've just been handed the winning 50-50 ticket. So pull out your 50-50 tickets. Yeah, see, this is where I see everybody start running.
Are they paying attention?
Oh, yeah, now they're listening. I got some money to give away, so pull out your 50-50 tickets. Now we have a second of downtime. I like doing this to you. Steve Grand, your general manager's up here in the tower. Steve, what do you think?
Oh, this is awesome. This is great. Seeing the crowd on hand coming out here. Two big memorial races and backpack drive. I couldn't do any of this without Nick and Beck from Bumpy's Auto. I mean, they get the backpacks ready, make sure they make me look good. So when you come by and you grab a backpack, make sure you say to Beck and Nick, thank you so much for all you do. And one other word. Where are my Mighty Mike fans? I don't hear you in the house. If you are supporting Mighty Mike, let's hear it. That's it? I think you could do better than that. Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial is up next. Let's hear it. Hudson Faithful comes to life, John.
Absolutely. And as being your Hudson Faithful, we know that this is going to be one of the best shows of the year. It is every season here at Hudson International Speedway. And Steve, it's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, it's a pleasure, John, and thank you. You're doing an awesome job up at Lee USA Speedway, and to have you as an announcer over here at the high banks of Hudson International, and it's good to see a lot of faces from Hudson Old Homes Day, John. You were down there with me working.
Yeah, we had a blast.
Faces.
We had a blast down there at Hudson Old Homes Days, and as you've said, a lot of familiar faces from them. We saw a lot of people down there that were the Hudson Faithfuls, their own sporting there. I know she's out there. There's one lady wearing a Hudson Speedway, bought it online, nice pink custom Hudson Speedway sweatshirt. Yes. I know they're in the house tonight. Those are who we love, and we love all you here in the stands. Thank you guys for spending your hard-earned money and your hard-earned time right here with us at the original Family Fun Track.
John, it's a great time, and all right. Who is your pick for the Mighty Mike? Let's just have a little bit of fun. Who's going to be your pick?
You know my pick. My pick, I'm looking for him to win his second Mighty Mike here tonight. You got to go with the underdog.
No way.
I'm going with the 45 of Oscar Leclerc.
Oh, you took my pick. You took my pick.
I don't think there's a Hudson fan that wouldn't like to see Oscar back in victory lane.
You know, it would be nice to see Kevin Brown and that 3 get it done here today. Also, I'm going to call for an underdog to get it done here, and it's going to be the 55
Robbie Streeter. He's due for one.
He's going to get it done.
That's the thing about it, Steve, is a lot of fans know a lot of the years past we've had a lot of cars. This year we have 16, but they are 16 of the best Northeast Auto Import late models we have.
Fans, hold tight. After this race, we are going live with the late models, and thank you all. I'm going to hand the mic back over. Thanks again, John.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready to go. There is just over 10 laps remaining, 11 to go. Once we hit the green flag, Joshua Parsons, Ethan Avalar on the front row, ready to do the dance. Kevin Davis, Kyle Cassie, and Chase Sylvia round out the top 5. Are you ready for the restart green?
Well, I'm ready. Into 3 and 4 through the Bumpy's Auto restart zone. A big green flag in the air and jump from the 0-9 down into 1 and 2. It's side by side, 9 rows deep.
Looks like they're going to take it with 3 wide down the back straightaway. Brandon LaBelle, Tyler Clark, Kyle Cassie, 3 abreast down in 3 and 4, and they come off a turn 4, 2 wide.
Down the front stretch, Josh Parson leads him to the green. They're single file through the top 4. Fifth on back is a Hornet's Nest here at Hudson.
Car number 09 going to lead them back to lap number 16. It's Josh Parsons, Ethan Avalar second. Kevin Davis rounds out the top 3 right now. Top 5 is Chase Sylvia. Kyle Cassie feels the pressure. Here comes Brandon LaBelle.
LaBelle down the inside. It's a drag race down the backstretch. He clears him. Down into 3 and 4. The 29 on the back bumper of the 4. A little contact.
Cole Roby's there. Richie Helger Jr.'s there. Tyler Clerk's there. 5 cars under a blanket for the 5th spot now down the backstretch.
Side by side, Roby and LaBelle into 3 and 4. Almost make contact. LaBelle slides up. Roby to the inside. Down the front stretch. It's a drag race in the 1.
Cole Roby holding his own. He's out of Wyndham, Maine. He's up to the 5th spot in car number 29. Car number 99 right there in line. That's Richie Helger Jr. out of Tiverton, Rhode Island. Hillbump is up to the 6th spot as we have.
turn 2.
That's
where we're
Grumpy.
going to have a caution.
It's Grumpy.
It's great. Well, Grumpy is not going to be very happy. He's going to be a little bit more grumpy now that he spun out and brought the caution out in 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, 50-50 tickets. Get them on out. Get them on out. 50-50 tickets. Winner of the 50-50. Green ticket. 915426. Green ticket 915426. That is your 50-50 winning ticket. Bring it on up to the front ticket booth. Once again, green ticket 915426.
Ladies and gentlemen, you entered to win a bike or a scooter. Here are the winners. The Hudson ticket 14208. That's 14208. 14219. 14219. 14303. Once again, 14303. 14314, 14314, and 14212. That's 14212. They're stacked and racked through the Bumpy's Auto restart zone down the front stretch, and they put the pedal to the metal down into 1 and 2.
Josh Parsons going to lead him down into turn 1. The mayor, Ethan Avalar, ducks right down in line. Kevin Davis to third, 3 wide again with Chase Sylvia way up on the outside of the racetrack.
Sylvia was way up there, as you said, in the 3rd lane down the front stretch. They're all side by side from 6th on back through 1 and 2. It's a Hornet's Nest from McClure on back.
5 laps remain at the start finish line. Josh Parsons, Ethan Avalar, Kevin Davis, the top 3. Cole Roby, Richie Helger sitting outside looking in.
Down through 1 and 2. It's Josh Parsons who leads them by half of a straightaway. Down into 3 and 4. First, second, all the way through the field is going to be single file. This time, 4 laps to go at the Hudson Speedway. Off into 1 and 2. Parsons leads from the 91 of Ethan, the Mayor Avalier. Can he get to the number 09 of Josh Parsons and maybe make a battle for the lead? Single file through the field. 3 laps to go at the Family Fun Track. Down the backstretch, the battle for the lead begins to heat up. We come to waving popsicle sticks in the air. It's 2 to go at Hudson. Into 1 and 2, single file throughout the field. There's battles all over the place, but the battle we're focused on is the one for the win. Josh Parsons, the mayor, in second. Can he get to him? Can he make the move? McClure makes a move on the inside back there. White flag in the air. Contact in 1. We got 1 up the track. We stay straight through 3 and 4. Josh Parsons is going to lead Ethan Avalier across the line, and Josh Parsons from Carver, Massachusetts is going to get the win at the Family Fun Track. In second, the number 91, Ethan the Mayor Avalier. Third, the number 10, Kevin Davis. Fourth, the number 29, Cole Roby. And fifth, the number 99, Richie Helger. I'm going to send it down to my broadcast partner, John S. Burnett, for interviews with the top 3.
Down here after 25 laps with your top 3 competitors from the Nell Car Legends. Getting unstrapped and getting the helmets off down here. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll get him to the front side of the car. How about a big round of applause for your third place finisher, Kevin Davis, in car number 10. Well, Kevin, we know these Nell Car Legends are a real close battle and a lot of good guys behind the wheel, so it's always nice to come out with a piece of hardware, and you and the 10 team had it done here tonight.
Yeah, it was a great race. I was falling off towards the end, and they just had pretty good cars, and I'll take third. Good points night, and yeah.
Who you got to thank for getting you down here tonight?
I got to thank, first off, Devin Deshays Motorsports for setting this thing up every week and doing a great job. And I'd like to thank Devin for spotting me, a great spotter. And I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my brother, Devin, Paula, Kayla, John, and Ryan. And yeah, let's go.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Davis, your third place finisher. We're going to roll on up to your runner-up, car number 91, the mayor, Ethan Avalar. Oh, Ethan, this thing was real fast in practice and real fast in the heat. I know you lost a couple of parts here this afternoon, but you guys are able to salvage it up in the pits and a real fast car in the feature to grab you the second spot.
Yeah, I mean, I can't thank anyone enough who helped put this thing back together. I mean, hats off to them guys. They worked their tails off to get this thing back in one piece, and we were fast for sure. Josh was definitely the car to beat tonight, and just couldn't get it done. But.
And who else you got to thank for getting you down here tonight?
Nicholas Scola Racing for making this thing a rocket ship. My grandfather, my grandmother, anyone in the pits who helped me get this thing back in one piece. So.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, your runner-up, the mayor, Ethan Avalar, car number 91. And a big round of applause back in Hudson Speedway Victory Lane. Josh Parsons drives car number 09 to victory. Well, Josh, this thing's always a real contender when we see you guys pull out with these Nell Car Legends, and didn't take you long, about 9 laps to get to the front and never look back from there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, Ethan was right up there with me the whole time, and, you know, he's definitely a car to beat tonight, but luckily we had just that little edge over everybody else tonight, and can't thank Nicholas Scola Racing and Mom, Dad, everybody out here just keeping me going, I guess. You know, this car hasn't moved since actually the same day last year. It was the last time this car ran, and it also won this race.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's back. Let him hear you one more time. Josh Parsons nails down the win in the Nell Car Legends. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. The best support division across the 50 states of America. The Northeast Auto Import Late Model are hitting the Speedway. Are you ready for the Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial? No. Guys, here, front and center. I need all of your help. I want the neighbors to call us in. Are you ready for the 25th annual Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial? All right, a little bit better. We'll work on that. Breggy's happy down here.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get going with the Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial, I want to know if you guys are ready to see who won some money. All right, green ticket. Get the green ticket in hand. It's for the 50-50. Green ticket number 915426. You are the winner. 915426. Now for the bike and scooter raffles. I have 5 of those, so get your Hudson tickets ready. 14208. That's 14208. You're a winner. 14219. 14219. You are a winner as well. 14303. 14303. You're the third of 5. 14314. That's 14314. You just want a scooter or a bike. And then the last one, as I pick it up off the floor, because my clumsy hands. 14212. That's 14212. You are the winner of a scooter or a bike. I'm not sure which one.
The starting lineup starts to come down the front straightaway. We are going to have out-of-car driver introductions for the 25th annual Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial, and you will get to put some faces to the cars. The stars and cars of the Northeast Auto Import late models going to make their way down the front straightaway. We'll shut them off. We'll introduce you to your starting lineup, and we're going to have a 75-lap bout.
That was cute. I got most of them away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got all our drivers down here. Let's start it out the same way. How about a big round of applause for all your competitors for the 25th annual Mighty Mike? And here's how they'll roll. 16th on the driver hails out of Orange, Massachusetts. The Della Auto Mystery Incorporated sponsored car number 73. It's the Super Cole Littlewood. Car number 57 is next in line. The driver hails out of Billerica, Massachusetts, a former Mighty Mike Lewis champion in the Morton Builders Dempsey Roofing sponsored Chevrolet. It's the Cabana Boy, Justin Beecher. Next, 14th on the grid, the SL Dion Landscaping, Dean Hardy Plumbing and Heating sponsored car number 30, a former Youth Division champion. Welcome, Andrew Morin. Car number 07, next in line out of Kingston, New Hampshire, a former Strictly Stock champion in Epping, New Hampshire at the Star Speedway. Welcome, Mr. Consistency, Mike Williams. 13th in line, or 12th in line, car number 33, extra traditional mortgage Chevrolet. Welcome, Dan. Not a good time to have some dead batteries in this microphone. We're rolling through the starting lineup. 11th on the grid, the Clement Realty Tipsy Trailer sponsored 33 Junior, another former Mighty Mike champion, Billy Clement Jr. And now up into your top 10 starting positions. 10th on the grid, a winner 3 times already out of 4 for the Battle of the Belt races. The Renfrew Motorsports R&R Race Parts sponsored ride for Milton Duran. 9th on the grid, car number 33. This is your defending Northeast Auto Import late model champion, the Precise Industry sponsored Chevrolet for Chargin' Chuck Dick. Eighth in line, the Sea Clear Auto Glass sponsors car number 33, Vermont, the Upper Valley Recycling sponsored ride for Matt Sonhalter. Next in line, out of Ashland, Massachusetts, the Newcomb Tree Service. Catco Recycling sponsors car number 22 for Austin, the Pork Chop Erickson. Driving car number 3 today in honor of Mighty Mike Lewis himself, the OriginalWheelman.com sponsored ride out of Amherst, New Hampshire. Welcome, downtown Kevin Brown. And now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to meet your top 5 starters? 5th on the grid, the Marsh Brothers Market and Deli sponsors car number 55, the Streeter Construction Ride out of Canaan. It's Robbie Streeter. 4th on the grid, the Choppy's Garage sponsors car number 8 out of Nashua. Welcome, Jay Sousa. Newton, New Hampshire is where this driver calls home. He drives car number 213 here today. Welcome back, Steve DuBois. And your front row for the 25th annual Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial. Who better to start on the outside than the winner of the first ever Mighty Mike in 1999? Out of Danbury, New Hampshire, welcome the Grouch, Oscar LeClaire. And your pole center 2015 rookie stock champion right here at home at Hudson International Speedway out of Salem, New Hampshire, the Chase Aquatic sponsored ride for racing Jason Ryan. And before we do anything else, I actually have a very important question to ask the driver of car number 82. Well, Jay, you got the pole. They're going to offer you $800 to start at the back of the field, an extra $800 if you can start out back and win this race. Yes or no? What do you guys think? Yes or no? Convincing.
I'll double it.
$1,600 extra dollars.
They're saying take it up here.
I don't know. My crew's over there telling me no way.
All right. Well, that was less entertaining than I thought it would be.
If it was a little faster, I would have done it today.
Fair enough. Racing Jason Ryan's going to lead the field to green for the 25th annual Mighty Mike Lewis. Ladies and gentlemen, they're strapping in for the final time. After 75 laps, you'll see the winner. How about one more final round of applause for all your drivers and crew members down here? All right. Track officials going to get back to their starting spots. I'm going to head back up to the tower, and we are going to get ready for 75 laps of fun here at the original Family Fun Track.
Hudson Speedway. Well, John walks his way back up here, and the drivers get all settled into their cars. I have a question for all of you. Are you ready? No, it wasn't good enough. Hold on. Hudson Speedway. Are you ready? Joe, give me a thumbs up if you think that was good enough. Okay, all right, we're gonna try this one more time. I need everybody to stand up, get loud, and get ready. Hudson Speedway, are you ready? There we go. All right, Hudson Faithful, I'm going to need your help one more time. You guys killed it earlier with the Hennessy Memorial. So when I count them down from 3, same old story, you guys are going to hit them hard with the drivers. Start your engine. 3, 2, 1.
Annual Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial, set for action, 75 laps. Three pace cars here this afternoon to go along with the theme of three. Three pace cars, one being driven by Shane. He's going to be pulling off first, and that is Mighty Mike Lewis's nephew. The three, obviously, numbered up the same number. That's the Goodwrench 3, driven today by Ben Bazowski. He's your second pace car. And the final pace truck is Mike Robinson. So, ladies and gentlemen, I might have lied to you. Not the first time, probably won't be the last. I need your help once more. We're gonna lose the number 3 this time, and next time by we'll lose the final pace car. When they come around next time, I'd like everybody to hold the number 3 up in the air. Hold up those threes, ladies and gentlemen. 3-finger salute from everyone here at Hudson Speedway in honor of the late, great, Mighty Mike Lewis here tonight, the 25th annual. And I'm lucky enough I've been able, this will make my 13th Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial race behind the mic, and probably, if not definitely, the best racing I've seen in my career has come out of this here race. A prestigious honor, a trophy that everyone wants to win. And gorgeous trophies here tonight presented by M&W Auto Repair, the sponsor of car number 45, Oscar Leclerc. So we're supposed to lose a pace car a lap. I don't know if Ben Bazowski got the memo because he's been out there for about 5. So Ben Bazowski just enjoying his time leading the field.
I mean, he can do whatever.
He can do whatever he wants.
He could go out there and tell him he's going to race with him if he really wanted.
It's already got the number on it. We have to throw an X on it because we already have Kevin Brown registered as car number 3.
Call him the 3G for Goodwrench.
So racing Jason Ryan, I don't know if you heard, Nick, he was offered $800 extra to start at the back of the field. And he didn't seem like he wanted to take it. Ben Bazowski came over my left shoulder, grabbed the microphone and said, "I'll double it."
Yeah, I mean, all the fans up here were screaming.
Yeah, I was. He said no. I felt, you don't know where to go from there. I know you build it all up, and when you say no, you get it, you know. You're starting at the front of the field for 75 laps. You want to hold it. If you don't know you have the car to get through the field, it could be $10,000 to come from the back.
You know you're not wrong, John. And the pace car, the 3 comes off the track. They stack them, rack them, send them into turn 3. And John Espernet's going to call him to the green.
Racing Jason Ryan, Oscar Leclerc, the 25th annual Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial comes to the green flag. Down into turn number 1, Jay Ryan gonna feel the pressure already on the outside. The first ever Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial champion, Oscar Leclerc, gonna ride the passenger side door. Who's gonna lead him back for lap number 1? Ryan in car number 82 by a car length. The Grouch will fall in line, and Steve DuBois holds on for third, but he's got the pressure on the outside. It's Jay Sousa.
3 wide down the backstretch for 5th position. It might not work into 3 and 4. They're tight. Contact up the track. Contact at the bottom of the track. It's a 75-lap race, boys. Calm down.
Robbie Streeter getting pinballed in between the 3 and the 33. Countdown. Kevin Brown up into the 6th spot in car number 3. He's racing in honor of Mighty Mike's number 3 here tonight.
Kevin Brown fighting hard to the inside of the number 8 of John Sousa. He gets past him into 1 and 2. He's going to slide up into 5th and put his sights on the 22 of Austin Erickson.
Downtown Kevin Brown up into the top 5 positions now in car number 3. Austin Erickson runs 4th. They're all chasing the 82 of racing Jason Ryan. Might have picked a smart bet starting at the front side of this field. He's going to put some gap in between him and the second place runner right now of Oscar Leclerc, the M&W Auto Repair Chevrolet.
Erickson gave Dubois the bumper in 3 and 4. Now he's going to look to the outside 1 and 2. Not going to be able to. He's going to come in contact with Brown in the center. Going to keep it straight. Brown's going to lose a little speed down into 3 and 4.
Little bit of contact as they rubbed elbows down through 1 and 2 the last trip around the 3 machine of Kevin Brown, the 22 of Austin Erickson jockeying back for the 4th spot, and blown up is the 13 of Steve DuBois. Smoke flying. He's got real problems. Might be a right front tire down, might be a motor problem, could even be the rear end.
And that is
Yellow.
terminal. And there's a caution out. There's gear fluid on the exit of 1 and 2. You can see it. It's just lighting up with the caution lights. There is a huge terminal issue in the 213.
I'll tell you what, Steve DuBois cannot catch a break. That poor guy. I mean, he built that car. Let's go back. I want to say 2 years ago. They brought it out, tested it at Star Speedway, brought it down the backstretch in 3 laps. The throttle hung, destroyed the car in the outside concrete wall in turns 3 and 4. Brought the backup car out here, wrecked that. Got this car back together, and he's brought it out multiple times. Cannot seem to work out the gremlins in car number 213. Steve DuBois out of Newton, New Hampshire. He is one of those guys. You love seeing him in the pits. A lot of guys nowadays, you see them, they get frustrated. This is not golf, ladies and gentlemen. This is not tennis. This is a very frustrating sport if you're going to be a competitor in. There's a lot of guys, they're all racing for the number 1 spot every single week. They're going to wreck these race cars.
They are. And this is going to be a lengthy caution. I mean, there is gear oil and fluid all down the backstretch, smelling what's coming into the booth.
Yes.
I would say that was a rear end. It didn't smell like an engine. It smells like gear oil. It could be an engine, but it smells like a rear end might have went in that car.
One of the worst fluids you can lay down on a racetrack is gear fluid. You put gear oil on a racetrack, you might as well lay ice out there.
Yeah, no, the outside line in 3 and 4, even with the speedy dry, the kitty litter, is going to be absolutely terrible.
So Steve DuBois, like we said, like I was saying, a lot of guys get frustrated when they wreck the car, but Steve DuBois is one guy. He puts his nose to the grindstone and gets that car fixed and gets it back every week, and it just can't seem to find some luck in car number 213. Steve DuBois, actually, the fun part about the we have the end of the year awards banquet every year, and they serve.
Can't wait to go to that, by the way.
They serve adult beverages, and the track owner, that's his night out. He might have 1 or 2. When he does have a White Russian or 2, he tends to start giving things away.
Ben seems like a White Russian guy to me.
Oh, he is. And after a couple of those, last year he was raffled off a free pit pass. 2 years in a row, he's raffled off a free pit pass, and Steve DuBois was the winner of one of them. I believe Christine Vinyl, the mother of Caden Fassett, who you saw out here earlier today, won it last year. But yeah, I mean, that's worth the price of admission of the banquet alone. You wait long enough and they'll be raffling off all sorts of stuff. They might even raffle off that beautiful Camaro. I don't even know if Ben has the slips for it yet.
I'll give him $50 cash right now.
I'll give him 51 and a chewed piece of bubble gum.
52 and a White Russian.
Speaking of, look, wow, they picked that up real quick.
They
We're going
did.
back racing. We're doubled up and ready to go. Racing Jason Ryan, Oscar Leclerc. We're 6 laps in, out of 75. The mighty Mike Lewis Memorial set to come back to life. Austin Erickson, Kevin Brown, Robbie Streeter run through the top 5 as we come to green.
Down into 1 and 2. Ryan and Leclerc side by side contact through 1 and 2. Downtown Kevin Brown on the outside. He wants the lead. Big shot into 3 and 4 by the 22 into the back of Jason Ryan. Drag race down the front for second.
All the way out back, Milton Durand and Andrew Morin were 3 wide with the 07 machine of Mike Williams. They might go 3 wide again. Williams looking inside. He's squarely off the number 2 corner. Look at the battle from second on back. Erickson side by side. Leclerc 2 by 2 behind him, 3 rows deep.
It's like looking at Route 20 as you go down through the 1 and 2. You have the one car out leading it, and everybody else doesn't know where to go to pass him. Look, and it looks like Leclerc had an issue on the exit of 2 there. Slid up all the way back to 4th, maybe 5th. He needs to get down to the bottom to contend for this win.
Talk about an old school rivalry. 2 drivers that fought nail and tooth for a track championship here almost 10 years ago. Austin Erickson rides the outside of racing Jason Ryan for the number 1 spot.
It's a drag race down the front stretch, the loud pedals and bolt to the floor. Austin Erickson to the lead through 1 and 2.
Nick, the story right now is downtown Kevin Brown crawling his way out of retirement. He's getting older by the day. He's up to the 3rd spot, knocking on the back door for second.
Kevin Brown's not just knocking on the back door, he's knocking on the back bumper. They're fender to fender through 2. It's a drag race down the back. He's to the outside. He's going to send it into 3 and 4.
Here comes the coach of the Londonderry High School football team, Coach Clement in the 33 junior, going to try to ride the outside for the final piece of hardware here this afternoon.
Kevin Brown clears him going into 3 and 4. He's to second. Now you got Billy Clement on the outside in 3rd, battling with the number 82 of Jason Ryan.
Ryan trying to hold his own on the inside for the 3rd spot. Clement will take it down the back straightaway. Jason Ryan in car number 82. He drove that car to high school, met his wife in that car before it was a race car, raced it for at least 10 years now, and he's battling up in the top 5 with the defending track champion, Chargin' Chuck Daney.
If the backseat of that car could talk, it could write a novel. Down the backstretch into 3 and 4. The 33 of Chuck Daney. He's going to pass Jason Ryan.
Chuck Daney up in the top 5. Chargin' Chuck, the Precise Industries number 33. He's got the former Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial champion, Justin Beecher, from the back to the top 5.
And I'll tell you what, the 82 of Jason Ryan is falling like a rock right now. The inside lane's not working. He needs to try something different, but he can't because every time he tries to move lanes, he's got another car on his outside.
Heavyweight battle into turn 3. Charging Chuck Daney to the inside of downtown Kevin Brown. They'll battle and jockey for the 3rd spot. Give it to Charging Chuck Daney.
Chuck Daney and Kevin Brown made a little contact going into 3 and 4. They're clear now. Off into 3 and 4. This time, Kevin Brown stuck on the outside as Justin Beecher to the inside. They're going to be side by side, a drag race down the front.
Keep an eye on car number 30. Oh, he almost gets drilled through. Dan Palin on the inside. That's a 33 on 33 crime right there behind Andrew Morin. Morin just able to sneak by the 82 machine of racing Jason Ryan. Morin, a former youth division champion, picked up his first ever V8 race car win right here at Hudson. He's going to drive himself up into the top 10.
We got a battle for the lead out of 4. Austin Erickson, Billy Clement, they're side by side down the front.
2 drivers that have won this championship race before. Down the back straightaway are looking to double up here this afternoon. Austin Erickson in the 22. Billy Clement Jr., the 33 junior, going to jockey back for the number 1 spot.
He's all over the back bumper of Austin Erickson. Billy Clement Jr. looking for any mistake from the number 22. If the 22 slips up, the 33 junior will make his move.
Down the front straightaway now. Billy Clement Jr. going to have his sights set on the inside, and we're side-by-side racing for the lead in the 25th annual Mighty Mike. Side-by-side down the back straightaway.
Billy Clement trying to do everything he can. He's going to throw it in the 3 and 4. Austin Erickson fighting back. He's going to try the over-under out of 4. Billy Clement to the lead.
Billy Clement Jr., winner of the 2013 Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial, going to lead him down the back straightaway. What a story it'd be if he could win it 10 years later.
Clement out of 4 has about a 2-car length lead. We look throughout the field. It's single file. Not a lot of battles going on currently around the track, but we have to keep an eye on that battle for the lead. Does Austin Erickson have enough to get back to him? If not, does Charging Chuck Denis have enough to come up and get Austin Erickson and then take it to Billy Clement?
Down the back straightaway, we had pretty well spread out around through the top 5. It's Clement Jr., Erickson, Daney, Beecher, and now look who's up in the top 5. It's the battle for the Belt Point leader, Milton Duran, the R&R Race Parts New Hampshire Ford Mustang.
Milton Duran sitting there in 5th, currently about a 6 or 7 car lengths behind Justin Beecher. We're down the front stretch here. The leaders exit turn 2,
At the backside of the field now, racing Jason Ryan and Oscar Leclerc battle back. They were the drivers that started on the front row. They're battling in front of the 73 machine of Cole Littlewood, who's on the hot seat to go a lap down. Billy Clement Jr. is on rails here this afternoon.
Yeah, he is about 4/10 a lap faster than Austin Erickson. Erickson burned through his stuff. I mean, we looked throughout the field. Clement with a 15.7. Erickson a 16.1. Beecher a 15.8. Deeney a 16.2. And Duran a 15.9. He's 0.3 a second faster than the rest of the top 5.
Billy Clement Jr. just ran one of his fastest times of the race back on lap number 15. Oh, timing and scoring is wrong. That's what I'm reading. We're on lap 30, so that was well long ago.
Yeah, on lap 16, he ran a 15.3. That's an age ago with the age of these tires now.
Yeah, and now we're going to start to see the tire game. Oh, the 82 machine of racing Jason Ryan, the pole sitter, going to head to the pits.
Yeah, I believe he has an issue. I mean, the way he's falling through the field, I thought he might have something wrong with it. It's unfortunate. Maybe he should have taken that $1,600.
Yeah, absolutely. At least try it, you know. Down the back straightaway, Oscar Leclerc is trying his best to stay on the lead lap. He's racing back with Mike Williams. Going to put him in the hot seat in car number 07 to go a lap down to the 33 junior, Billy Clement.
Yeah, we're 33 down, 42 to go on the Mighty Mike Memorial. Through 1 and 2, the leader passes to the outside. The second place car of Austin Harrison passes to the outside. The Scooby-Doo machine down the back stretch into 3 and 4. The couple of cars going to pass him. We'll look at the leader off into 1 and 2. He's right there on Oscar Leclerc Jr.
Oscar Leclerc bumps the 07 machine of Mike Williams back in the hot seat. Leclerc is doing all he can to stay on the lead lap, praying for a yellow flag to come out to bunch this group back up as we're pretty well spread out around the family fun track. The best battle on the raceway going to heat up for the second spot. The Dad Bod Racing teammates, Austin Erickson and the 57 of Justin Beecher, going to go at it here shortly.
Yeah, Erickson and Beecher. Beecher has been consistently faster than Erickson. If you play the team game right now, if you're Erickson, you let him go. You try to let Beecher see if he has something for Clement. Save your stuff, come back at him in 20 laps. But that's going to be a tough thing to do if you're sitting in second of such a prestigious race in his 25th year.
Well, the top 3 drivers all have won this race before. They're all one-time winners, looking to be and tie the only drivers to win this race twice. Billy Clement Jr. in the 33 has won it once, along with his father 2 years previous. Bill Clement Sr. is also a winner of this race.
So senior won in 11, junior won in 13?
Yes, 13 and senior won in 11.
So if he does it this year, it'll be the second time in 10 years and the third in 12 for the family. That's
right.
Impressive.
Bill Clement Sr., his father, a hell of a shoe, a hell of a driver. He's in the pit area here today. He's a hell of a wrench, as you can see the 33 junior on rails. We're going to have a battle for second. 2 drivers that love the outside lane, going to battle for it, and here comes Beecher on the outside.
Erickson got super loose on the exit of 4. Going to try to battle back to the inside in 1 and 2. Erickson going to keep Beecher pushed up on the outside down the backstretch. Quarter panel. He's still there.
Austin Erickson being passed by his old race car, being driven by the 57 of Justin Beecher. Austin Erickson has said it a couple times to him before. He never should have sold him that race car. That car has been around so long. It was originally built for John McKennedy to run rookie stocks back in 2001.
You think Beecher will sell it back to Erickson?
I doubt it. That thing has been fast. It's been with a bunch of different owners, including the Clemens stables, and it's been in victory lane with, I believe, every single driver behind the wheel.
Has Justin Beecher put that car in victory lane
Justin
yet?
Beecher has put it in victory lane multiple times. He is the 2021 Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial Champion 2 years ago.
Side by side, Erickson with the lap car down the backstretch, going to try to put him a lap down and set his sights back on Beecher on the exit of 4. The battle for 4th is heating up just a bit between Chuck Denis and Milton Duran. Duran trying to get past Denis through 1 and 2.
30 laps remain at the start-finish line right there and then. The 33 junior leads him by about a straightaway back to the 57, the Dempsey's Roofing Chevrolet of Justin Beecher, who's got a long way to reel him in, but he's doing it little by little. He's pulling away from Porky in the 22. Clicking them off. We have a side-by-side battle back with the lap cars in front of the 33 junior. Your race leader, Billy Clement, going to go to the outside of Jay Sousa.
Yeah, the 33 junior trying to lap the 8 and the 33 Vermont now through 1 and 2. He's to the outside of the 8 of John Sousa down the backstretch. Again, folks, these lap cars are under no requirement being on the lead lap right now to let the leader pass. It is good racecraft, but it's also important to stay on the lead lap in case of a late race caution so you can battle for that victory.
Down the back straightaway, he's working the outside now of the JEE Auto Body. See Clear Auto Glass 33 Vermont. It's the 33 junior of Billy Clement working around Matt Sonhalter. Look at Milton Duran in the 08. He's got by the defending track champion Chuck Daney. He's to the 4th spot.
Yeah, Duran is quick. He's been quicker consistently than Daney. He's been quicker consistently than Erickson, and he's been a little bit quicker than Beecher, who has moved up into 2nd as well.
Beecher running some pretty good lap times. Let's see what they come down to. 16-1 for Billy Clement. 15-8-3-0 for the 57 of Justin Beecher. He is catching him. Does he have enough time if we stay green?
Well, he saved his tires. He's 3 seconds back right now. 25 to go in the Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial. And he has enough time. 2.8 seconds now as he cut that down another 0.3 last lap. He has enough time with 25 to go. But as you always say, it's one thing to catch him and another to pass him.
If one guy can do it, it's the 57 machine of Justin Beecher. That kid is not scared to use the outside lane and drive around you if you're slower than him, and he'll do it if he can catch him. We'll see as we get down to the nitty-gritty, Nick. We're at lap 53, nearing the 20 to go signal. Lap cars dead ahead of 2nd.
Yeah, Beecher is in a hornet's nest right now. He's got 3 lappers all battling on the racetrack. He has nowhere to go. Inside, outside, blocked. He gets past the Scooby-Doo machine, now out of 3 and 4 to the outside. And he's going to try to get past both of these lappers into 1 and 2. The 33 Vermont is inside now. Down the backstretch. Can he move him?
Trying to get to the outside of Matt Sonhalter. All the way back, we're going to have a battle for the final piece of hardware here tonight. The 08 machine of Milton Duran going to try the outside of the 22 of Austin Erickson.
Erickson trying to hold off Duran. Duran is coming for Erickson. I mean, he's been coming for about 10 laps now ever since he moved it into 4th. Down the back. It's a drag race.
There it is. Down to the inside, but Oscar Leclerc's there to set the pick. The 22 going to try and use him up. Not quite able to get there. Duran going to sneak his way back to the inside. Oscar Leclerc still right there to be able to be used as a pick. Will he go to the inside? Will he go to the outside? Is Duran going to get by in time? Yes, he will.
Yeah, he's going to clear him. In 4 last time by Erickson. Had a scary loose sideways moment. He's trying the over-under out of 4. Here he comes. Drag race down the front.
The 45 still the monkey wrench in the gears possibly for this battle back for the 3rd spot. They're side by side down the back straightaway. Milton pulls out and car number 08 tries to duck down to the bottom.
Oh, and now Oscar's in the way, and not intentionally, but they're going to be 3 wide into 1.
Oh, rubbing elbows with the lap car, and Austin Erickson is sideways off at 2, 3 wide with the lap car, and Duran to the inside.
This has brought Denis into this battle as well. It's going to be 3 cars for third. Contact between the 30.
Where did Andrew Morin come from? The L&L Fab Morin Engine Services number 30 is now up into the top 5. He's got himself a piece of hardware in sight. The 08 of Milton Duran holding on to it. 15 laps to go. Last time by.
The battle for that battle on the track is the best one, but the battle we keep watching is the battle for the lead down to 2.3 seconds. Consistent faster laps for Justin Beecher, still clocking away 15.8 to a 16.1, but the battle for third and fourth heats up. Contact sideways out of 4.
Morin muscles his way to the inside of Austin Erickson, back for the number 4 spot. Now Chuck Daney, the defending track champion, will slip up underneath. Porky stuck up on the outside to dry.
Side by side on the exit of 4. Drag race down the front stretch. 3 wide into 1. That's not going to work. It's not going to work.
It's going to work. Look at that.
It worked.
Love me some late model racing, and that's why they'll beat and bang and still keep going. Dan Palin comes out with a 2-for-1 deal in car number 37X or 33X.
If you believe in yourself, that's more than enough. You need nobody else to tell you can do it. You just have to believe.
Well, that 33X machine is on absolute rails in the final stages as Joe Breggie's going to raise the roof this time by. There's 10 laps to go for the 33 junior of Billy Clement, and the 57 is reeling him in.
65 down, 10 to go for Billy Clement in the 25th annual Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial.
He's going to come around. He's got some lappers dead ahead of him. Lead cars coming through. The 07 of Mike Williams, the 55 of Robbie Streeter are in the hot seat now. Clement with plenty of racing room on the outside of the racetrack to get by. All the way back to the 57 of Justin Beecher and all the way back to the 08 machine of Milton Duran.
The leader exits 2. He's got the 55 in his sights as he goes down to 3 and 4. More lap cars in Billy Clement's eyes. He knows what he has to do over the next 8 laps.
8 laps remain. 7 last time at the start-finish line. A pack of cars dead ahead of your race leader, Billy Clement Jr.
Into 3 and 4. Clement's got that pack of race cars like John mentioned down the front stretch. Through into now 6 laps to go. Clement down the backstretch into 3 and 4 this time. He'll come to 5 fans. 5 figures in the air from Joe Breggie. 5 to go at Hudson. The battle for second between Beecher and Duran continues to heat up. Duran is there on Beecher. He wants to make a move. He's going to continue to try. Sorry, the battle for fourth, between Duran and Morin. But we have 4 to go. We watch the leader as he goes through this lap traffic down the backstretch. Billy Clement through 3 and 4 just needs to stay clean. If we stay green, he's going to win by about a second and a tenth. But Beecher is coming. Beecher is almost there in the 57. The 57 needs these lap cars to stay in front of the leader. 3 laps to go at Hudson, down the front, into 1 and 2. That was 2 to go, fans. 2 to go. Clement might just hold on to this. Beecher's going to run out of time, I think. Beecher is there. He sees him. He's got a rabbit to chase. On a 4, Billy Clement with the white flag in the air. Down into 1 and 2. Billy Clement has just a car length between him and the 57. Down into 3 and 4. Clement is going to hold him off. Beecher sent it, but it's not going to be enough. A champion in 2013 and the winner in 2023. Billy Clement Jr. with his second Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial Race win. Second going to be Justin Beecher. Third, Milton Duran. Fourth, Andrew Morin. And fifth, Daniel Palin.
Billy Clement Jr. going to attempt to burn out here. He's never done a donut. I don't believe him. Billy Clement Jr., the 25th annual Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial Champion. He's got every reason to do what he's about to do. Come on, kid. Burn him down on the back straightaway. We're down here after a long 75 laps with your top three competitors. How about a round of applause for third place driver, car number 08, Milton Duran. Long race, buddy. 75 laps. You guys had to pick your way through the field, and it seemed like you were really the guy picking them off one by one, staying patient and getting them just there, and make your way up to the third spot.
Yeah, we were just trying to stay really consistent there, and we just didn't have the car under us that we needed today, and we'll have that on those days. But congrats to Billy Jr. I think that secures the belt championship for us, so that's awesome for Melissa, Jim, Jimmy, everybody that's involved in Renfrew Motorsports. Both of my mom's birthdays are coming up soon, so happy birthday to them. And just got to thank Renfrew Motorsports and Johnny Vinyl and everybody that helps out.
Milton Duran, car number 08, comes home with the third place trophy tonight. Rolling on up, man. If this was a 77-lap race, this kid might have had it. Car number 57, your runner-up, Justin Beecher. Justin, man, if that was a 77-lap race, that might have been a damn good battle.
Yeah, I was a tick free off all day, like all that race, but I was coming definitely. You know, it really sucks putting it on the pin in time trials and inverting the whole field. So, I mean, I hope you put a show on for the fans because I drove my ass off to get back to the front. I got to thank everyone that helps out big time. I got to thank my dad. I got to thank George Baldwin. I'll thank Milt because it was a good run. Danny Massa, Pool Designs and Renovations, D&L Auto, Dempsey's Roofing, and everyone else that helps out.
Justin Beecher, your runner-up, car number 57. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't say this enough. This is the 25th annual Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial. And 10 years ago, this kid sat in victory lane, so I want to hear everybody in the house here tonight. How about a round of applause? Your 2023 Mighty Mike Lewis Memorial Champion, Billy Clement Jr. Billy! 10 years ago, we sat here doing the same thing, man. I saw you walk in today. I said, you going to will, Bill? You said, I'm going to give it a hell of a try. Guys, what do you think? I think he tried hard enough here this afternoon. Hell of a run. I know you and your dad put hours of work into this car and a whole good group of people behind you, and I know this one's emotional for you guys.
Yes, this race means a lot to us. We've had rough luck here the last couple of years during this race, but this means a lot, and this is awesome.
Who do you got to thank for getting you down here?
Yep, I got to thank my dad, my family, my fiance. Thank the Rollins family, Tipsy Trailer, Greenwood Recovery. Thanks to everybody who helps, all the family and friends here today. Thank you, Hudson Speedway, and thank you to all the fans.
Ladies and gentlemen, let them hear you one more time. The 25th annual Mighty Mike champion, Billy Clement Jr. Wow, what a great afternoon here at the original Family Fun Track, and that will do it for us here today. I want to thank all of you guys for spending your hard-earned cash and your hard-earned time right here with us. We will be back in action in just a couple of weeks. Make sure you check our Facebook page. Check us out on our brand new website as well, www.HudsonSpeedway.com. Thank you again, guys. I say it every week. You guys don't know how many people just don't show up to places anymore. So thank you. Thank you so much. On behalf of your track owner, Ben Bazowski, your general manager, Steve Grand, your two flagmen, Joe Breggy and Matt Johnson, my co-host, Nick Adams. Ladies and gentlemen, my name, as always, is John Esprinette, the voice of the Hudson International Speedway, reminding you that this is not goodbye, but a see you next time. Speed safely, you filthy animals.